come to us because we don't sell them on internet. They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Friday to you. November 7th, TGIF, an end to one of the last real work weeks of the year. I know a lot of you are already looking at the calendar of when can I just check out for 2025. Thanksgiving. It's kind of Christmas season. It's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's about that time. Hope you've had a good week. John Reed, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba, producer Zach here as we put a bow on this week. A sadder than usual bye week here in Knoxville. Bye weeks stink as it is. Worse when you're coming off of a season-crippling loss, but I think we've handled it all right. Sam, how are you this morning?
I'm all right. I've got some like Peyton Manning level neck pain that I woke up with.
Oh, no.
I can't turn to the left. I don't think I'm going to be looking at you too much during this show. Got up this morning. I just like went one direction and I was like, oh, felt like an old ass man. So good start to the day, but other than that, can't complain. Kind of a subdued Big Orange Friday, I guess. Red Friday. Bye week. I'll give you a pass for the bye week.
Yeah, I didn't bother wearing any orange today.
Doesn't hit the same anymore when you just don't have anything to get orange for.
So this neck thing, huh? What happened?
I don't know. I've been my neck's been hurting a little bit. I think I don't know. My posture's probably awful. Probably hunched over all the time. Maybe I'll like ask for a massage for Christmas or something like that and see if I can get my neck figured out.
You ain't gotta wait till Christmas. Bubba's over there right now.
Come on, Bubba.
Bubba's got strong hands. He'll come over here. He'll work
Peeks
that
from behind the computer.
He'll work that kink out for you real quick. You ain't gotta wait till Christmas.
You licensed, Bubba?
Just sit on Bubba Claus's lap and tell him what you want.
That's a little too far. The Santa Claus, that is. The
Yeah.
massage and these hands are magic.
Okay.
I always thought I could be a masseuse, but it just the thought of rubbing somebody else's back that I'm not intimate with makes me uncomfortable. Unless
Sure.
it's one of the boys. In that case, it's just like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Got to make sure he's ready for the day.
I appreciate that, Bubba.
Yeah, I think that's normal to not really just want to touch strangers' backs that you're not intimate with. Although there's probably a good lane for it to make some money. You know, masseuse, professional cuddler. People do that.
Professional cuddler?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a market.
Yeah. Where do you...
I don't know where to go.
Where do you advertise yourself?
What does
as
the
a professional
clientele
cuddler?
look like here?
Yeah.
For professional cuddlers?
What's the market look like?
I would imagine it'd be pretty sad clientele. I've read stories about it and such. I go down Reddit threads, Reddit rabbit holes every now and then, and you never know what's true and what's not on the internet. So, you know, you always take some things with grains of salt. But like I read one in particular it popped up on my email algorithm that was like some of the unique stories you have as sex workers, and like various sex workers apparently would come in there and tell stories. And a lot of them were just like, hey, yeah, some of the best stuff I ever did was just this was professional cuddling. And like a lot of times they're like, hey, it's creeps that are just trying to like coax you into other stuff. But like, a couple clients just
lonely.
Either like severely like, like autistic people that need like some type of physical touch in like a controlled environment. Some people that were depressed, that had lost loved ones or whatever, and just need somebody to hold them and tell them everything was okay. Like I said, it's kind of sad when you actually get into the people that actually need it.
Yeah.
But we need human affection, man. We need human affection. And like, if you get it, don't take it for granted, because there's a lot of people out there that just want to be held sometimes. It's kind of sad.
Amen to that.
Now, I don't know how I'd feel if I was paying for a professional cuddler and Bubba came in looking at me. You'd be like, hey, how are you? I'm fine. It's just,
I'd try to make it a nice environment for you. There'd be flowers, a nice scented candle.
Get that
Very
chest hair out?
calming atmosphere. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. You might be a good professional cuddler.
We just dressed Bubba up as his Halloween costume, and
there you go.
Well,
Bubba the Playboy Bunny, he can
that.
work. He can work both sides. He's just cuddling with whoever he needs to. Guy's got sex appeal. He's a modern day prince.
Sex appeal and cuddling, I feel like, are a little different, though.
You're probably right. But you got those big, strong hands. You just told us that were magic. Those big boulder shoulders. You could wrap somebody up. I'm just saying, there's a market for you, Bubba, if you need to make some extra dollars. So people just want to be held. Producer Zach, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, John. It's Friday. Happy to be here.
Anything new?
No, just the same old me, same old night,
Okay. Anybody do anything fun? I didn't do anything fun at all. I got nothing to report. I've laid low this week.
yeah, I watched the opening drive of Thursday Night Football and shut it off after that, and I'm glad I did.
Let me tell you, buddy, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah. I mean, I got pretty much all the scoring.
You didn't miss anything at all.
That was a game that I could immediately tell was just going to be terrible, so I just didn't even bother watching.
The Las Vegas Raiders, I think, are just signing up. Like, if you see them playing, you're signing up for a bad game like 85% of the time. I hate that team. And that was a team I thought maybe would be scrappy this year. I thought maybe Geno Smith had something left in the tank. I thought they were pretty good last year, except for like the quarterback position. So I thought, okay, hold on. Well, let's see. They get a quarterback. Maybe now they'll be competitive. Nope. Geno Smith sucks. Pete Carroll sucks. You didn't even see that it was an injured Geno Smith either. He gets like rolled up at some point. I've never seen. Let me take that back. That's a little too hyperbolic. Geno Smith was taking some really, really awful sacks. I was going to say I've never seen a quarterback take worse sacks, but that's not true. That's not true. I've seen plenty of quarterbacks take bad sacks, like Will Levis, Cam Ward. I see quarterbacks do it all the time with the Titans. But like every time they get to the edge of field goal range, third down, boom, Geno Smith's going to take a sack and knock him out of field goal range, nonstop. And I was wondering, how terrible is Kenny Pickett? Because like Geno Smith's limping around, they put Kenny Pickett in for a couple plays, and then Geno Smith comes out of the tent like his Willis Reed, I'm going to save the day moment, and he's just handing the ball off, and then when he does try to pass, he almost gets sacked again, rolling out and throws it away, and then they miss a field goal. And I'm just like, is this really the best you could have done? How terrible is Kenny Pickett? That was awful. And as someone who needed 40 yards from Cortland Sutton, I was very, very angry that like nothing ever happened in the game. Bo Nix tried to help me. They were up 10-7, and he tried to throw an interception to set the Raiders up for a field goal. Missed field goal. Oh, well, there we go. Now the Broncos are just going to run the clock out. It was a dreadful, dreadful experience.
Did you watch the whole thing? It sounded like you watched the whole thing.
I watched most of it, yeah, because I needed 40 yards from Cortland Sutton, so I kept thinking, surely they'll throw it to him here. No. Bo Nix, that guy's at the top of my list right now.
Do you watch the regular broadcast or the like Prime Vision stats version of it?
I've never, ever, ever watched the Prime Vision stats version of it.
It's pretty cool.
That's all I watch.
What is it? Sell me on it.
They show you like the ideal lines that a running back or receiver would take, coverages, and just stats and stuff along the way to keep note of.
You kind of get like the all 22 view. It's kind of
Yeah.
from like a sky cam perspective. You see like the routes that they're running type of thing.
And then on replays, they like highlight like here's where the guy should have ran. Here was the lane that was blocked for that, or that was optimal
Type of thing.
in terms. Okay,
Yeah.
what's next week? I mean, I'm sure you guys don't know the Thursday night schedule off the top of your head, but what's the game next week? I might give it a try. Let's see, Jets Patriots. Oh, gross.
Ugh.
Oh,
That's a good one to experiment with.
gross.
So you can watch Drake May and
I do like watching Drake May.
your old ball coach.
I don't really care too much for watching Vrabel, but I do like watching Drake May. That's a fun quarterback.
Might be a fun first experience on the Amazon.
Yeah, I might give it a try.
statistics.
I might give it a try.
Do
I
you
don't
have-
know.
Do you have to listen to Herb Street on that one, or is there commentary?
Unfortunately, Herb Street still has his voice broadcasted.
I do appreciate Kirk Herbstreit last night. Bo Nix turns the ball over, gives it to the Raiders roughly at like the Broncos 40, roughly, give or take some yards. There's about 6 minutes left in the game. And Herbstreit's big take is if you're the Raiders, you don't know how many more chances you're going to have, in this good a position. So this is a really important drive. I'm like, thanks, Kirk Herbstreit. This offense that has 7 points that hasn't moved the ball. Yeah, I think with 6 minutes left, this might be one of the best chances they're going to have to tie the game. Good stuff there, Kirk.
Real Magic Johnson commentary right there.
Yeah, I'm glad that we had to go to the college ranks to bring you up to talk NFL. And old-ass Al Michaels is just so bored. God bless him. He tried. The Raiders finally picked up a first down to get into field goal range, and Al Michaels is screaming like it's a damn miracle on ice. And Genty's got the first down. Missed field goal right after that, but they were trying. It felt like regular old school Thursday night slop. Come eat it up, little piggies. Wee. That's how I felt watching it. I'm just sitting there like a loser. Throw it, please, to Cortland Sutton, please.
It just gets worse as the season goes on because we started off pretty hot with Thursday night football, I thought.
No, I think Thursday night football has been pretty good this year. I mean, I don't feel like we've really made fun of it too much, but that was some slop.
I feel like primetime in general has been pretty good this year.
Yeah, the NFL. I mean, I've been talking about the NBA. I think the NBA's had some pretty good luck with primetime games too. I don't know what's in the water. Maybe teams are starting to like really want to be good on primetime to get some notoriety. I don't know. Maybe the NFL's just struck gold because all the games are close anyways, and you get some good performances. But last night, it was a close game. It was in doubt, but it was awful.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. That's how I spent my night.
That's a game you're like really looking forward to in like May when you don't have anything really going on. You're like, man, I wish we had some good Thursday night, just awful football.
There is part of that as we get to November is maybe we just got to appreciate all the games we can watch. I even took in some South Florida UTSA, at least in the first quarter, and in South Florida, it was very evident they were going to beat their ass. So I said, okay, that's enough of that. And sure enough, they did beat their ass.
Did they clear the 22.5?
I want to say it was like 55-14 when I saw like when I checked the score.
55-23 was the final.
Okay, so yeah, they cleared.
Okay.
Wasn't their line originally at like 14?
Yeah.
It was 14, then I want to say right before kickoff, Bubba, it went down to 13.5. I guess some smart UTSA money came in, which I kid you not, the very first play of the game was a pick six that UTSA threw. It was a rollout, like overthrow back across the middle, and South Florida caught it and ran for a touchdown. Then UTSA went on a really long, like 8-minute drive that ended up with them fumbling at the 5-yard line and getting returned for a touchdown. So South Florida had 2 defensive touchdowns on the first 2 drives of the game. It was 13 minutes of action before South Florida's offense got to touch the ball. Golish made the boys go out there and do some calisthenics and start stretching and like waking the muscles back up since the offense hadn't got to go out there and play. I think it was something like UTSA had ran 26 offensive snaps or something before South Florida got one. Something like that. So the poor South Florida defense is out there fighting for their life. Although I got to say, watching that game, if I'm Alex Golish, it'd be hard to stay at South Florida. I know we've been dealing with that here in Knoxville, looking at the playoff or bust mentality. But, man, that was a Thursday night primetime game, at least for South Florida standards, right? You're on ESPN. That place was completely empty. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. And, like, if I'm Alex Golesh and some other schools came calling, it'd be tough not to listen. That was my big takeaway from that game.
You've got to, because there's just, when you're one of those schools too, you're going to get scheduled by, those other power teams. Luckily, they were able to beat 2 out of the 3 this year, type of thing. But like some years, you're probably eliminated from playoff contention already, type of thing, if you don't go out and get one of those signature wins.
Yeah, and I don't love their quarterback, but like he has been pretty good this year in terms of at least running the ball. So like I don't know how much better it's going to get for him. Like at South Florida, I don't know if he's going to recruit at a level enough or whatever. I mean, you would think down in Tampa in that conference he'd have the best recruiting classes, but I don't know. It just depressed me because I thought there should have been more energy. Like I said, ESPN, I understand it's not like a big, huge opponent, but if I'm goalless and I'm looking around and the place is half empty, I think I'd be
pretty shocked if he stays there. He might not be in like the initial wave of all these huge jobs that are open right now, but like he'll be a secondary domino to fall type of thing.
Possibly. We'll talk some sports. We'll see what Sam's story of the day is, where he wants to start coming up, because it's a wide open football Friday. Thursday night kind of stunk. No NBA action. The World Series is over. The sports equinox has come and gone. We just got some college football and NFL football to look forward to, and a little NBA Cup action. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Shout out to the boss man for bringing us some biscuits. I just scarfed that bacon, egg, and cheese down in about 2 minutes.
How many booms did that one get?
Honestly, that might be the best biscuit I've ever had from McDonald's. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I'm not exaggerating. The biscuit was perfect. It was perfect temperature. The bacon, the egg. I'm not gonna lie, Sam. It was 5 big booms. Boom, boom, boom. Are they still a thing? I don't know. Are they still booming?
They're kind of fading away, even though my boy AJ Bufumo, shout out Big AJ, still on the AEW grind, still putting the boys over.
That's what I was going to say.
Also, it was so weird, though, because, sorry to cut you off, John, but
No.
It's funny you said that because I was watching them on like a YouTube Live the other day, and it was the most depressing thing I think I've ever seen in my life. He was sitting there, and there's like all those just like spam comments, and then it's like just guys trying to troll him, and he's like, sorry to hear about that. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, we'll be up in New York. Hey, boom.
He's getting like exhausted with the with the stick.
Well, I feel like the wrestling kind of ruined it.
I think it was fine for the first appearance, but then the fact that they had him stick around is like, I get they're trying to help this man live out his dream, you know?
Yeah, but it seems like he prioritized the wrestling dream over like making content with his son. Because I gotta be honest, I haven't really seen them since, and like it depressed me because the Rizzler is the one I like, the little fat boy who it does seem like he's gotten fatter. I gotta say,
his Hardee's meal ain't gonna help him out.
Well, that's what
Hardee's. He's got sweet tea deals with Arizona.
Well, I was gonna say the Hardee's deal came through, and my old lady sent me the video of it, and I was watching it. I've watched it multiple times, and I think I showed it. Was it you, Sam? I showed it to, or Tim? But one of you just said he's gotten so much fatter. I think it might have been Tim. I was like, that boy's gotten big. His fat ass has gotten even fatter, I think is what Tim said. But then, like, you know, I'm happy for him and his dad because, you know, they're getting a check and they seem sweet and they haven't really, their stick hasn't gotten old. But then it gets to the end, it's like this bacon, egg, burger on toast. And okay, that's all right, Hardee's, that's fine. It looks good. Here's some fries, okay. And then boom, here's this chocolate milkshake to wash it all down. I'm like, this poor little pre-diabetic fat ass, they're giving him a 4,000 calorie meal to have to sell to people.
I don't even know if he chose the chocolate milkshake.
You know he did.
You think?
You know he did. He's like, you want a drink or a milkshake? And of course, his little fat ass said, give me the milkshake. And it made me sad because I love the kid, but man, I'm not gonna. I maybe would have tried the sandwich, but the milkshake just turned me off so much. Like, Hardee's, what are we doing? But no, shout out to the boss. That was a 10 out of 10 biscuit. Sam, what is your biggest thought right now when you're sitting here on Friday? Is it about college football this weekend? Are you still interested at all in the SEC and the college football playoff picture? Tennessee, do you still, like, even though it's a 1.5% chance or whatever they're giving it, are you still mapping out paths to at least see if there's any chaos that could possibly happen this weekend to get you back in the mix, or where's your mind at?
I'm still interested in it just because I'm a, football psycho, and here in about a month or two, I'm going to be wanting some football back. So I am still keeping up with it. It's obviously not really hitting the same with Tennessee kind of out of the picture. I've thought about trying to map out some ways to a possible, appearance there. I think the magic number obviously is for Tennessee to try and find a way to get to like the 5th best team in the conference basically, and hope that the SEC can get 5 teams into the playoff. But as you kind of go through the standings right now, it feels like A&M and Alabama are pretty much locks. You feel like, Georgia and Ole Miss are right there in the driver's seat that aren't really going to do anything to screw up their position. And then it's just kind of between Texas, Oklahoma, Vandy, and Tennessee. And you're obviously not going to have a head-to-head with Oklahoma. Texas has got some hard games coming in, and then you've got the head-to-head with Vandy still left. So while I can't, definitively map out the path, maybe there is one.
So to you, the key is just be the 5th ranked SEC team and take your shot, because
I think that's your best bet.
The math hasn't really changed on that. And quite frankly, last year, a couple of 3-loss teams were close. close. No 3-loss team got in, but at least, what was it, like the first, second, and third teams out all had 3 losses, all at 9-3, with Bama. What was it? Bama, Ole Miss, and South Carolina, I believe is the order it went in.
That sounds right.
And it wasn't like any of those teams had big-time resume wins outside of Alabama, maybe beating Georgia.
Sure.
It feels really, really, really far-fetched for me when you think about it. But at the same time, when you tell me if you just get to the 5th team in the SEC, okay, I'll listen there. Because, if Texas A&M, and here you are dragging me into this damn slop with you. Like, if Texas A&M beats Missouri, okay, that's good. That should put Missouri back below Tennessee. If what else would you do this weekend, I guess? Like, are you rooting for – do you even care about, like, Mississippi State against Georgia? Like, are you rooting against Georgia, or are you just like, hey, that one doesn't even matter?
I think you root for Georgia just to keep them kind of in that –
because they're going to need to beat Texas probably.
Yes, yeah. I think you're rooting for like Texas A&M to run the table,
sure,
to knock out Texas. You're rooting for Georgia against Texas to then give Texas their 3rd loss, but then Georgia just kind of becomes one of those kind of auto bid teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oklahoma, I think you're hoping that Oklahoma probably loses to Alabama, I think, too, right?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think the idea of just having the 3 teams at the top just continue to hand L's out. Like,
yeah,
Georgia,
you kind of need chalk at the top to continue, and then you just need Tennessee to kind of hope and pray that you can find yourself at 5.
I hate that I am at least giving this an idea. All right, Auburn or Vanderbilt, what would make more sense?
Does
that matter? Like, Vanderbilt?
I think perception-wise, you need to be able to rise as fast as possible, and that might...
You need a top 10 Vandy coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I agree with that. Then you say, like, just if you get enough chaos in Tennessee. I mean, if Tennessee beats Florida, you'd have to, if Josh Heupel ever needed style points over the next couple of weeks, like beat these teams, but also beat them bad. Like we said, it's a 2% chance, but at least maybe it's enough to keep you somewhat interested. In the SEC, it's a pretty light week.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of bye weeks, and Ole Miss gets the Citadel. And then you got Florida and Kentucky that doesn't really matter. LSU, Alabama, which doesn't really matter. I guess you're rooting for Alabama just to beat them and not even let LSU get off the mat at all. Okay, you could talk me into this because I need something to root for. Okay.
It just feels like a scenario that you play out in your head where even if things go right, you just end up as like the 13th ranked team and you kind of get yourself built up just to break your heart again.
Well, Alabama, those fans seemed happy last year, getting to say like, oh, we should have gotten in and had, the SEC and Nick Saban and everybody going to bat for them. So
yeah,
maybe there's some value to that. Just work your way back up and then just be like, oh, we were close. We got screwed. Then whenever team gets blown out in the playoff, you can be like, see, look, we would have done better than that. that could be a pretty good lane to be in. I think I'm okay with that.
Create hypothetical wins when we don't get in.
Oh, we would have killed them.
Yeah.
SMU. Yeah, we'd have blown them out. That's what Alabama got to do last year. You saw what happened to SMU at Penn State. We would have killed them. Okay, you've talked me into it. Let's go Vols. I'm gonna get roasted whenever I put out the rooting god this weekend. After the show, I'm gonna get the Tennessee playoff rooting god out for people and to post on our Instagram, Fan Run Sports. Go give it a follow, and people in the comments will be like, "It's over, bro. Shut it down. Give it up. This team's not a playoff team. Defense sucks. Defense let us down. It's not a playoff team." But Sam has brought me to life a little bit.
What else would we need around the country?
That's what I was going to ask. Like Iowa, Oregon, because that's an interesting game. Iowa finds themselves at number 20, which to me makes it sound like they are at least alive here. Like if they beat Oregon at home, a top 10 team, would that be enough to like make them go all the way up ahead of Oregon? Because it should, right?
I mean, you look at Oregon, and it's not like they've really beaten too many people outside of that Penn State game, and we know that Penn State's really not that great of a team. So, yeah.
it seems similar. I don't know Iowa's exact resume, but I want to say they lost a close one to Iowa State. I don't remember if that was at Iowa or at Iowa State.
At Iowa State, lost by 3.
And then they actually was the only team that kind of kept Indiana.
Yeah, they played Indiana
check, right?
The closest 20-15. They lost that game.
Okay, so and I want to say that was a legit 20-15 game too, not like some type of garbage like fake rally. Like I want to say that one was kind of in danger. I want to say it was a 7-point game. That's when Indiana took the safety, right? That's when Bubba. Isn't that when you lost all that big bet, Bubba? When not to bring it up, but
Fernando Mendoza can go someplace.
Yeah, you had Indiana minus like 5.5 or something. Then you ran in the end zone.
Yeah, and then he said sorry to all the spread bettors out there and made it even worse.
Yeah. You think he was giggling as he ran? Like, this is going to be so funny.
Yeah, he was.
I think if I was a quarterback, I'd be like, Coach, I'm not doing this. They're going to kill me on the internet. Like, people are going to be in my DMs telling me they're going to kill me, sending me all the money they lost. Please don't make me do this.
Did you see that kicker yesterday? I can't remember which NFL kicker it was, but he was like, every single week I get a new death threat about some kick I made or missed.
Well, make the damn kick. Oh, he's getting them about ones he made, I guess.
Yeah,
that'd be
he's
tough.
just like, I can't win.
Yeah.
Like, someone's losing money on it either way.
Yeah. Yeah. But like Iowa, okay, so like Iowa, Oregon, I guess we just root. In my mind, do we just root for Iowa here to give Oregon a second loss just because, like in the weeks in the future, you have multiple lanes where both teams could get 3 losses? Is that the path? Like, would it be better for Oregon to maybe get a third loss to come out of behind you? That's where I get a little lost in the details.
Oregon does still have at Iowa, USC, and then at Washington, 3 somewhat competitive games to end their season, whereas Iowa's only got USC left.
And at Nebraska. I think that's a rivalry game. I think they always play that one like on the Black Friday is what it feels like. And that's always a fun game I like watching. That one could be tricky. All right. You could talk me into some things here.
You feel like you're going to get a 5-bid SEC and like a 3-bid Big Ten, though?
Well, that's to me has been the biggest hurdle all year is the 5 SEC teams over the 3 Big Ten teams, while also like basically saying the ACC and the Big 12 only get 1 each. This doesn't feel to me that a year that you could really beat the drum too much for a 5th SEC team if they have a 3rd loss. But maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it is actually one because everybody feels so equal. I say it just because nobody feels great, in the SEC. None of those teams that you would be putting in over other conferences feel great. But Texas could earn it. Oklahoma could earn it. Vandy could earn it. If it was like a 3-loss Tennessee earning it, that'd feel pretty gross, to be fair. But hell, you have to have something to have hope for. Man has to have hope.
That's all you can have sometimes.
If a man ain't got no hope, there ain't no sense in living. You got to have something to look forward to. Can't just be pain. Can't just be checked out. You got to have something to look forward to. Let's go, Big Cal. Let's upset Louisville. 18.5-point dogs. Let's go. How about Navy? Come on, beat Notre Dame. 26.5-point dogs. It's probably not going to happen. Big Northwestern tonight. Come on, Northwestern. Beat USC. No, that's not really going to happen either.
The Big Ten playing Friday football doesn't feel right either, though.
Because of like high school stuff, or just because like it just feels like they shouldn't play on Friday?
Yeah, I just feel like
because it's the opposite to me. It feels perfect because don't they usually play their conference championship game on Fridays? Yeah, I feel like that was a thing for a while, wasn't it? Where they were doing their conference championship game on Fridays. I think the Big Ten, or maybe that was the Pac-12, I guess, but it was the West Coast teams. USC's playing tonight, I guess, is why I got confused. But the Pac-12 feels like a Friday night conference, so.
Yeah, just like leaving it to the ACC.
Make Oregon, make USC, make Washington, and make those teams play, on Friday night. Return to tradition. But yeah, no, it feels gross. Gotta be honest, Sam. You almost got me here, but when I actually looked at the schedule, I'm just like, I'll check it on Monday.
Yeah.
Let me know what happened. Let me know the results, and then maybe the path starts becoming a little bit more clear. But I can't get too much energy to put my hater hat on this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, because I know when I put my God out on Instagram, they're They're going to be on my head, telling me I'm an idiot. Boomer Sooner. I'm going to get a couple of those. They love saying Boomer Sooner. I love that.
I've seen a couple of those in the YouTube chat this week.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Just leave.
I don't
appreciate you watching, but
yeah, I don't have it in me to be that level of a hater. Like we got one Vandy fan that usually checks in an hour 2 or hour 3, but he seems like he's slowly becoming a fan of the program. He like hangs around. He does a little trolling, and then he hangs around and is like weighing in on other topics. Appreciates the Titans talk, I guess, every now and then. So maybe we'll have a couple Oklahoma fans. If you see one pop up, let me know. I got some Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes I got to get off my chest where they hear. Fraud. Bubba, what's your college football rooting interest this weekend?
Tonight it will be Northwestern to cover.
Okay. Let's go Northwestern.
I think it's 14.5.
Wildcats.
Or 14.
Yeah. Yeah, 14.5, I believe, Bubba.
They've kind of, they played Nebraska somewhat close a little bit. Obviously, USC beat Nebraska. But I think they got it in them. The boys get to go back in time a little bit, get themselves some extra rest too. And then as far as other games, I mean, BYU, Texas Tech, Tulane, and Memphis.
That'll be a fun one tonight. Tulane, Memphis.
Do we get the details of the settlement? Because Pat Fitzgerald, I saw that in the news yesterday with Northwestern, where he was saying he felt vindicated by his settlement because he sued Northwestern saying they fired him and railroaded him just to not pay his buyout after 17 years. Like it was a big lawsuit that he was fighting with them.
I think it just came out that there was like no evidence that he was condoning any of like the hazing stuff that went on, right?
Well, it say sued the school for $130 million, but I've never seen any details. But that was like popped up yesterday. So I don't know if that's good for Northwestern's karma or bad for Northwestern's karma. Just try and take that into account, Bubba, whenever you're betting against the Trojans.
I feel like Pat Fitzgerald's going to go get a pretty big job this offseason because of this now.
He could at the very least, like, hey, Penn State, you could do worse. I would say Wisconsin, but they made the decision. They made the public statement. They are keeping Luke Fickell and said they are just going to give him more money.
Mm-hmm. That'll work.
Like NIL money?
Yeah, basically. Okay. A heavier investment in the program. Like Sam said sarcastically, that'll work because I'm 99% sure that's what Florida said they were going to do with Billy Napier last year. Like, hey, we're not going to fire him. We're just going to take this buyout money and put it in the roster. I'm also pretty sure LSU said the same thing about Brian Kelly. Hey, we're going to take this money and we're going to invest it in the program.
Wisconsin does have a lot of beer money coming in, though.
Well, they do. But they also, I think, got a loser coach.
Not going to matter. But
yeah, they got a loser coach. And I got that theory that once you're done in a town, you're done in a town. There ain't no coming back from it. So, like, they're ready to fire Luke Fickell. You might as well pull off the Band-Aid. But Wisconsin said, nope, here's some more money. Here you go, fans. Give us more money to pay the players. That don't fix things. We'll continue the conversation. On the other side, it's Talk Sports right here on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Now through the end of the year, we're offering half-price whitening with a cleaning. That's right, half-price whitening with a routine teeth cleaning at Knoxville Smiles. Call today to set up your appointment. 865-539-1776. That's 865-539-1776. or book online at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Back at the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Okay, so let's just try to boil this down and simplify this. Because, damn it, I'm not ready to give up on college football. There are a couple pillars we have to have, right? There are a couple of core thoughts we have to have here if you're rooting for Tennessee. Number one, the most important thing is the SEC needs 5 teams. Correct? That is the core thought we have to have, is that the SEC has to have 5 teams. And
that is the biggest hurdle to jump.
And that Tennessee has to be that 5th team.
Yes.
Obviously. Like, you have to work your way into 5th place, and you have to hope that the rest of the conferences set themselves up to have just 1 or 3 in the Big Ten's case. Okay? So, in the Big Ten, that means you are hoping that everyone outside of Ohio State, Indiana, it feels really gross to me putting Oregon in that same breath because I don't think Oregon has anywhere near the same level of stability. Like, I think Ohio State and Indiana are pretty much locks. Like, there's really nothing short of a complete mutiny that leads to their team quitting and losing 3 games in a row that's going to knock them out. So to me, you have to hope that either Oregon falls, either Oregon holds on to their spot or swaps places with Iowa, but there's no 4th team. So maybe for that reason, Sam, we just root for Oregon to beat Iowa, to keep Iowa from being a 4th team, because there's a scenario where USC. Well, USC still got to play Oregon, right?
Yeah,
okay.
They do.
Well,
just to shut off the idea of them getting 4 in is what you're saying.
Yeah, just we don't want Iowa to all of a sudden look like a quality win for USC, and then even if they get there, USC. Okay, so yeah, the most important thing, SEC 5 teams. So that means the Big Ten can only have 3, and that means that the other 2 conferences, the ACC and the Big 12, are allotted 1 each. Unless Notre Dame loses. Correct?
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame somehow has such a sweetheart deal worked out where they just get to kind of, hey, here's 2 close games. Oh, we lost them both, but I win all the rest of our games and we'll get in. We're a big brand. We got no conference hurdles to jump through. Just let us go 10-2 and you'll let us in, right? Cool. Perfect. Thanks. Pretty good setup, to be honest. Kind of jealous of it. But, okay, so 5-3-1-1 plus Notre Dame. Or 1-2, no Notre Dame. That's the path. Correct?
Yes, outside of the SEC. And then you got to have some stuff happen within the conference.
Sure. But like as far as the conference weekend goes, there ain't much to really root for in the conference this weekend, right? When you're just looking at SEC games.
Yeah, so basically you need just those top 4 that we talked about to just win out, basically. Bama, Ole Miss, Georgia, A&M.
And I don't even think Georgia winning out is that vital. Like if Georgia loses to Mississippi State, like that's not really going to do much for us. If they lose to Georgia, now they lose to Georgia Tech, it puts Georgia Tech in as a second ACC team. That could be a little gross. Like I think we have to root there if it works out. But like Ole Miss, Citadel, nothing to really pay attention to. LSU, Alabama, you're saying root for Bama, okay? Florida, Kentucky, doesn't really matter. A&M, Missouri is probably the biggest one. You really need A&M to beat Missouri on the road.
Yeah, you need Missouri losing, one down the stretch here, Mississippi State, A&M, or Arkansas type of thing.
So when you actually look at their schedule, though,
A&M's really the main game.
I guess they have at Oklahoma too.
Okay.
They have at Oklahoma too, which maybe for Oklahoma would be another quality win, and maybe that would kind of box us out or whatever. But okay, all right. A&M, you're number 1 this week on the SEC or the national rooting guide for Tennessee.
Speaking of A&M, on if you're looking for some plus odds,
okay,
you can get A&M plus 160 right now to go undefeated in the regular season.
A&M plus 1. See, I don't like those odds between this Missouri game and then at Texas. I don't know.
I thought there's enough incentive there to at least play it, see what happens.
2 road games, yeah, sure. I mean, like at plus 160, you get odds. I'm just saying, I don't know if they're undefeated in the regular season good, especially beating 2 top 25 teams. Now Missouri, like they're dealing without their quarterback, right? Like he's done
now.
Has he played yet?
He played pretty much like the second half of that Vandy game and really didn't look terrible.
Outside
now
of
they've had a bye week for him to kind of get acclimated as best he can.
Yeah, but that Texas A&M defense has been getting a lot of love.
Right? Yeah. They're nasty in terms of pass rush.
But it's a home game for Missouri.
And just, late season playing at Missouri is just a weird place, man. Cold. And gray and just weird things kind of happen there, I feel like. But this Zollers kid came into the game just fresh off the bench. He went 14-23 for $138 and a touchdown.
Okay.
Like he actually impressed me when I was watching the end of that game. I was like, is Vanderbilt about to lose to a backup true freshman quarterback here?
I just had such a bad taste in my mouth because were you watching whenever like the Vandy defender just stole the ball from the quarterback?
Yeah.
Like on a handoff, he somehow beat him into the backfield and just took the ball. And I was like, how the hell do you make this mistake? How the hell does this happen? How is this how you're going to lose this game, Missouri? So BYU, Texas Tech, do we have a rooting interest in that? Like, what's the best thing for us when it comes to the Big 12 only getting 1 team in? Do we just root for BYU to eliminate Texas Tech? Because I feel like, to me, the Big 12 is feeling like a 2-team conference at this point.
It does feel that way.
And that the more logical path for Tennessee, if they're trying to get in, would be just to really, really root hard for like Pittsburgh to beat Notre Dame. Like that feels like a game that you have to have go your way. Because I don't know if even if BYU loses this game, that's only 1 loss. You can't really put a 3-loss SEC team in over a 1-loss major conference team. You know what I mean?
Big 12 definitely seems like a 2-bid league to me. I think you're 100% spot on. I think your best bet, just for how much of a pipe dream this is, I think the most realistic option is Pittsburgh just going out there and beating Notre Dame.
Yeah, this is one of the saddest conversations we've ever had.
I know.
Maybe I think you just got to root for BYU this weekend to beat Texas Tech.
And I don't want to do that. I like Texas Tech way more than I like BYU.
That's fine. It's just if Texas Tech wins this game, they got UCF and at West Virginia. Like they're not going to lose again, and that's going to guarantee them an at-large spot, even if they lose the conference championship. Yeah, this is gross. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Bubba, did you eat that bacon, egg, and cheese?
Nope.
I saw you went and got one. You're just looking at it?
Yep.
Fair enough. I like to let my food get a little cold, too. I get it. Understand.
I just don't want to get my fingers all over the board back here and have greasy controls, you know.
If you ask, Zach will probably hold it for you. And you could just eat it.
I don't know if we're that far along in our relationship just yet.
The P team's been doing some bonding this week, but like that's not good enough over there.
I mean, you're asking a man to hold another man's food.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just got to put your what's being a man got to do.
Teach me how to fish instead of just giving me the fish.
You know, sometimes you need somebody to hold your hand. Sometimes you need somebody to help you, man. If he just, I'm not saying he like has to handle your food, but he can hold the wrapper and like kind of peel it back for you.
It seems messy. A biscuit, having someone else feed you a biscuit, that seems kind of crumbly.
Because now he gets his hands all, you know.
No, he's got his hands on the wrapper, Bubba. Like on the outside of it, he's holding it up. Yeah. So his hands are fine. And you got like 5 napkins there, so at least if he needs to like double wrap and like, you know, strap up and have the napkins go on the greasy wrap too.
That wrapper's kind of greasy sometimes too. That's way more than 5 napkins. That's 500 napkins.
So we got enough napkins up here to wipe up a lake. So
that looks like a lot less.
That might even be less than 5, Sam. 2,
I was
3.
looking at the wrapper that it was standing on. I was like, that's a 6-inch stack of napkins.
Was that exactly 5, Bubba?
That's 4.
Ah.
One's folded. So
there's one crumbled up over here. We have 5.
Damn it.
We don't count that crumbled up napkin. It's already been used.
I count it, but okay.
So Zach just hold his biscuit for him, and Bubba, you know,
come here, Bubba.
He'll airplane it for you, zoom, and then you eat it. Boom, problem solved.
I think that's the real issue here. You know, none of it's like, you know, the games here. You need to treat it like the airplane when you were a kid. Here it comes, so you better enjoy it. Like this playoff scenario, it's happened, so we better just enjoy all what's happening.
Here's 20 minutes of BYU Texas Tech hypotheticals. Enjoy.
You want to get real sicko with it. Duke is the odds-on favorite right now in the ACC.
Duke is the odds-on favorite in the ACC?
Yeah, at plus 250.
That feels really gross after watching them this year.
Yeah, it's terrible, actually.
I'm sick of the ACC as a conference. Like, we got to make a deal here. If it's the ACC getting to maintain power status, like, can we all make an agreement they have to be better at basketball? Because I can be fine with them being looked at with the SEC, with the Big Ten, with the Big 12, as long as like they got like 5 or 6 good basketball teams.
They're not good at anything.
That's what I'm saying. They're not pulling their weight there. The baseball teams, I mean, they got a couple of ones that matter, but none that actually like ever.
Louisville's pretty good.
They're a solid baseball
team. Like North Carolina, I know's around, like, but like they never feel as good as the other. I guess is like Wake Forest. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Just a bunch of gross.
They haven't won anything though.
That's what I'm saying.
They just have their pitching lab.
Just kind of gross.
Lacrosse, I feel like they're good at.
Oh, they are good at lacrosse, but I don't give a damn about lacrosse. That's like next you're going to tell me about their women's softball or with their women's soccer.
Yeah, North Carolina did win the women's soccer.
Yeah, their prestige there. It's nice. I appreciate it, but
do you?
Exactly. I mean, I can acknowledge that they are good at it. I can acknowledge and respect that it's cool to be good at something, but I don't have to care about you being good at it. Like if I see the world's best shuffleboard player, like, oh, that's really cool. I don't want to watch him play though, but I acknowledge, hey, you're the world's best shuffleboard player. Hey, here's the world's fastest knitter. That's cool. I respect it. I appreciate your skills, but I'm not interested.
I think we'll slowly see the ACC get a little bit better at basketball. Not like back to where they were, obviously, but like you got Duke and North Carolina. Louisville's coming along.
Yeah,
NC State's going to be fun with Will Wade.
Yeah, they need Louisville to be good, and then if NC State can be legitimately good, that helps too.
Miami, I think, will be kind of interesting.
Okay. But like in my younger days, Sam, when the ACC was rolling, at least one of Georgia Tech or Wake Forest would usually be pretty good. And
I remember like ACC was incredible top to bottom in my childhood as well.
Both those programs though just feel dead.
Yeah.
Tech's got to get rid of Damon Stoudemire.
Well, I mean, before that they were dead too. Georgia Tech was struggling. Damon Stoudemire was struggling earlier this week against some loser school, right? Like, did they end up losing that game?
They won by 4.
They won.
Yeah, against like some like bought win.
Maryland, right? Maryland Eastern, I think.
Yeah,
something like that. Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, that made me feel sad.
They took them to overtime, 56-52.
Oh my God, you scored 50. You scored 56 points in overtime in 2025.
And then that same Maryland whatever team went to Athens and Georgia beat them by like 75.
Virginia's
they
suck, right? They're a complete loser. Syracuse, complete losers. Yeah, like if we're going to call the ACC a power conference in football, like they got to start carrying their weight in basketball. And I understand those are two different sports, but damn it, they're not very good at football either. So like, at least bring something to the table here. Otherwise, I move to call it the Power 3. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Sam will give you the news. Hopefully no blues. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear! To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Total QPR, I don't know what the hell that means, but it also dropped 33 points, down to 54.8. I don't know how to judge QPR.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Sitting here looking at the numbers, his QBR when he won the MVP was 117.1. Last year,
Just not nitpicking. That's quarterback rating. The quarterback rating and QBR is two different things.
okay, no, you're right. So his QBR was 79.4 when he won the MVP.
I don't know what the hell that means. Like I said, I don't know.
Let's just go by
those.
the rate.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one we usually go by?
Yeah, the rating is what we usually use. QBR rating's different.
Well, forget QBR.
Yeah.
QBR
Throw it
can
out.
go to hell.
Because no one knows what the hell it means.
Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
He had a QBR of 117, went back to average in
But calling it
20.
QBR, he had a rating of 117.
Jesus Christ. He had a rating of 1.
There you
We
go.
still call it the quarterback rating, though.
I
don't
know,
we?
but you don't shorten it to QBR.
What the hell is the QBR?
No one knows!
Jesus.
On 1340 WKGN.
I have a definition if you want it.
You can read it to me. I've read it a million times. I still don't know what the hell it means. To be fair, I don't really know what the hell quarterback rating means either. Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Sam, you got any plans this weekend?
I'm getting out of town right after the show pretty much. I'm going up to Charlotte to see some buddies.
No.
Take advantage of the bye week for both my teams. Honestly, nice weekend to reset the mental a little bit after the heartbreak after losing to Oklahoma, getting out of the playoff essentially. No Vols, no Titans. I can't get hurt. They can't hurt me this weekend.
Well, you got plans, so never mind. I was going to tell you, but I won't.
The big sports show.
I'll tell Bubba, I'll tell Zach, I'll tell the audience that, yeah, if you don't have any plans this weekend on the bye week, go check out the big sports show. Saturday at World's Fair Exhibition Hall downtown. I believe it starts at 10 a.m. and runs till 5. You got some VFLs that'll be in the building. Shamika Holdsquall, James Littleman Stewart, Carl Pickens. Some current players like Deshaun Bishop, Braylon Staley, and Jaden Perlotti. And then some legends like Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, Wade Boggs, Doc Gooden. I'm Jose Canseco.
R.I.P. Wade Boggs.
I missed the joke. R.I.P. What was the joke there?
It's an Always Sunny thing.
Yeah. Where they kill him, they think he's dead. That one when they tried to do the Wade Boggs, like
challenge in the air, yeah.
Yeah, they do it twice. Like, but I don't know if I remember the joke about him being dead. Do they say he's dead? They tried to drink 108 beers or something like that on a flight. Pretty cool.
107.
Yeah, Wade Boggs, Doc Gooden. I'm Jose Canseco is what I was gonna say. Shout out to Liar Liar, The Freak, Javon Curse, and many more. BigSportsShow.com for more information. Go get you some autographs. Go meet some sports legends, some current VFLs. All happening this Saturday downtown at World's Fair Exhibition Hall. Again, BigSportsShow.com. Let's hit some hour 2 headlines. What you got? Cody's replacement for the week?
We got just a
guy went down to Florida. He just cold. He should have waited and went to Florida next week when it's going to be 38 degrees on Monday.
That's a rude awakening. Yeah.
He apparently went down to the beach, and then he's going to come back and it's going to be 38 degrees on Monday. Which I don't know if I'm breaking that news to you guys listening as you're driving around or listening in your office, but apparently in Knoxville, the high on Monday is 38 degrees, Bubba. A low of 24. Bubba just shrugs. He don't give a damn. He's like, look at me.
Columbus changed me as a man. I don't get cold that easy anymore.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. All right. Let's try this again. Sam, hour 2 headlines. What you got?
Oh, Wisconsin making just the biggest head-scratching move ever as they have announced that head football coach Luke Fickell will be returning next year. They're 2-6. They're scoring 12.5 points a game, which is 134th out of 136 teams in the FBS. They've scored 17 points in the month of October. They missed a bowl game last year for the first time in 23 years. They have to go on a 4-game win streak to end the season, which requires beating Indiana to even make a bowl game this year. It would be the first time they've missed bowl games in back-to-back years since 1991 and 1992. 0-10 versus ranked opponents under him. Lost 10 consecutive Big Ten games. But what are we going to do? We're going to just say we're going to give him a little bit more money and he'll be back next year. With all the openings in college football this year, I feel like maybe they just think they're going to be at the very bottom of the list and they're not going to get anyone better than Luke Fickell, but anyone's better than Luke Fickell, I feel like, right now.
To me, it makes just a lot of sense for them to just go hire Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
But I also think that maybe it makes more sense if you're Brian Kelly to take a year off and come back next year.
So he doesn't have to go to Wisconsin?
No. I mean, I think he'd be fine at Wisconsin. I think that'd be a pretty good place for him to be. I just think if I got fired, I'd want to decompress a little bit. I think it'd be really hard to like actually get back in and be completely motivated and go do like recruiting and do what you have to do with that roster. Plus, like he needs to rehabilitate his image a little bit. Now, I don't know if he's the type of guy that can do that, right? Like I don't know if him doing TV for a year makes him seem likable. I don't know what can make Brian Kelly seem likable, but he feels like he'd be a home run in a PR perception for Wisconsin. I know he said there's no more home run hires. So like when it comes to actually doing the job, I don't know. But as far as like if you're Wisconsin, you give Fickell a chance. If it doesn't work, you pull the plug in September and then you hire Brian Kelly. I don't know. Look at their schedule. Like, of course, it's the Big Ten, so there's nothing too daunting on there. There's no Ohio State. There is a game against Notre Dame though to start the year in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, like a Shamrock Series, what they're calling it, but it's in Lambeau Field. The Green Bay, of course, Wisconsin versus Notre Dame. That should be fun. Maybe you don't want a first-year head coach happen to have that be his first game. But at the same time, I don't know if I want a lame duck coach having that game either. Needless to say, that's a monster game, right? For them, game one against Notre Dame. If you lose that game, I think that like Fickell's already done. Western Illinois, Pitt, at Iowa. They don't have the dates exactly planned out after the first 3 weeks, but feels like it's a wrap for Luke Fickell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to be the coach that wins his fans back over, but I also kind of understand them not wanting to be like the 8th team to the coaching market right now.
That's what I kind of thought it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Although, like, if you're James Franklin, I mean, like, I don't know if you want to live. I don't know if you want to live in the cold. I don't know, like, if Brian Kelly wants to move back up north, but like James Franklin and Brian Kelly feel like Big Ten coaches, and I do feel like Wisconsin feels like it should be a top 6 Big Ten job.
Trey Wallace on the drive yesterday was saying, look out for James Franklin to Arkansas.
Okay. Did he say that? Like he said that like as a like kind of reporting that might actually be like.
I don't know about reporting, but I just think they were like he was kind of saying. I think they brought it up about mainly Franklin and Virginia Tech and how it kind of feels like that one has lost a little bit of steam. And I think Trey kind of went on to say like I don't think he's going to go after anything right now with potentially more jobs kind of opening up and more interviews that could potentially fall into his lap. But I think it was more just like one of those Arkansas or Auburn type of teams in the SEC is going to go try and get a big swing.
So maybe I was getting centelled, but wasn't that Memphis coach supposed to have any type of attraction to the Arkansas job?
I think that was a Centel moment. But he might still, I mean, I don't think you're wrong, Bubba. I think like he's going to have some interest in that job, but
it feels like a safe.
Like he's creating a contract with Arkansas, like as we speak, or something like that.
Okay,
I don't know.
I didn't see it. But I mean, it feels like that would make sense. I mean, Sports Illustrated did write a story about it, Bubba. So like, it is at least out there. It says coaching merry-go-round Silverfield seems to be Razorbacks' top choice. So, like, it could be one of those things. You know how Richard G. West here in town, like, will sometimes put stuff out, and it's early, but, like, it is something that you kind of know is going to happen. Not everything's like a troll. A lot of times there's truth to it. You just put it out there, and then eventually it ends up being right. Like, if it's not James Franklin, which I don't – that to me just doesn't feel like a fit at all culturally. Like, it feels it kind of feels like an equivalent to Coach Calipari, though, if they're just trying to take these coaches that
I think that's what Trey kind of said. He's like, I think this is maybe their Calipari for football.
But it feels hard to like make that huge investment with both coaches. I'd imagine Ryan Silverfield would be coming at a bargain. I don't think James Franklin's coming to Arkansas at a bargain. I wouldn't think. And if I'm James Franklin, I'm not doing that. I would kind of talk about Brian Kelly sitting out. If I'm James Franklin, I'd probably sit out. Auburn, maybe. LSU or Florida, of course. Vatech, maybe. Arkansas, for me, would be a nah, bro. I'm good. Because unlike Brian Kelly, I do think a year on TV would do James Franklin some wonders.
Like, I think unlike Brian Kelly?
Yeah, unlike. Because I think Brian Kelly would suck on TV.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think he'd be a disaster.
But I think James Franklin would be successful on TV.
So
I think he is charming enough and well-spoken and handsome and, like, could go out there and actually, like, charm you up a bit. Like, his hit on game day after he got fired was pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then when Brian Kelly gets fired, I was like, I bet game day doesn't give him the same courtesy. And, of course, they didn't. Like, Franklin, I think, could sit out, and he'd be at least a no-brainer for Wisconsin.
Kelly can go be the Skycam operator for game day.
Maybe if Lincoln Riley gets a wild hair to leave, James Franklin, of course, would make sense at USC. Like I think if I'm him, I'm not taking Arkansas. No, thank you. Like, all due respect to Trey, I think that's a terrible idea, and I think it's a bad idea for Arkansas too. Like, what you'd have to pay James Franklin to come down there, like, I don't think James Franklin would play his boring Big Ten football and make Arkansas actually relevant. To me, it would almost have to take a young, innovative coach, maybe having a different type of offense. Like, Alex Golis going there would be interesting. But, like, James Franklin just feels like a skinny version of what Brett Bielema was trying to do at Arkansas. No? Like, just come here and run the ball and, like, play with offensive linemen and do that. Like, it's not the same exact thing, but he'd be bringing Big Ten football to Arkansas, and that I've seen that. It doesn't work.
Some MLB news as the San Francisco Giants have made one of their first moves since Tony Vitello has been hired. They are bringing back former manager Bruce Bochy into the organization as a special assistant, four-time World Series champion, most recently with the Rangers back in 2023, but made his hay with the Giants, being their manager from 2007 to 2019, winning titles in 2010, 2012, and 2014. I think it's probably a good move here. Bring a guy back who's obviously got a lot of familiarity with the franchise. Vitello, no experience as an MLB manager. I'm sure Bochy will kind of just be one of those front office type of guys, just senior assistant. Hey, Vitello, you need a little advice, bounce a question off of him. I feel like he's going to be a guy that can kind of just, you can bounce questions off of him to use kind of his wealth of knowledge throughout his over, 2,100 games that he managed with the Giants in his time.
He's not as good. Although, I mean, Bruce Bochy won 3 World Series, right? I mean, he was there for all 3.
4, yeah.
4
total. Well, 4 with total.
3 with the Giants.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, 4,
right.
1 with the Rangers.
Right. So I was going to say, like, it kind of feels similar to me, like listening to you talk about it as when Pat Riley was kind of hovering around the front office of the Heats whenever Eric Spoelstra took over. Just kind of there as a mentor, but like, hey, here's this young coach. I want to be here to try to help him and give some advice. Maybe feels a little similar. Now, Vitello is probably a little bit older than Spoelstra was, when he took over, especially like, as stars LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And that actually got ugly at the beginning because you had LeBron and them trying to make Pat Riley come coach them. And he was like, no, it's Spoelstra's team. He's the man. But I do think it's good to have a first-time head coach. And I know, obviously, Vitello coached here, but he's a first-time MLB manager. To have somebody there to kind of bounce some stuff off of, I think is pretty good. Okay. What about the Rockies? The Rockies going out and hiring Jonah Hill's character from Moneyball.
Yeah, that was going to be my next one. They hired the Browns, Paul D. Podesta as their next head of baseball operations. Spent 10 seasons with the NFL's Cleveland Browns as their chief strategy officer. And yeah, like John said, played by Jonah Hill in the movie Moneyball for his time with the A's from 1993 to 2003. Will be replacing Bill Schmidt. We'll see if the Rockies can Moneyball their way to some wins. As they're, why not? Nothing's working over there. Might as well try something.
They need to move.
The Rockies?
Yeah. You're just not going to win in Coors Field.
It is gorgeous, though.
It just feels like it just feels like you're cooked there. You're fighting uphill. You can never have a good pitching staff. You just gotta just move the team. So why the hell is he with the Browns? I mean, I guess it's just like, hey, if you know analytics and you know how to read charts and everything, you can do it for any sport. But like all of his other jobs were in the
baseball,
right? Like, yeah, in the MLB, right?
And like,
it's kind of like
part of the front office that gave Deshaun Watson that contract. I don't know if that's necessarily Moneyball.
I don't know if that was his decision. I'm going to put that one at Jimmy Haslam's feet, is what I'm going to say. But I guess when the Browns were like, hey, we're going to hire Condoleezza Rice as a head coach, that one was like, no. But it's like, what if we hire a good baseball executive to run football? Brilliant. Let's try it. Let's think outside the box.
Which the Rockies aren't really getting any better about handing out contracts. I mean, they gave Chris Bryant an absolute albatross, and he has just been, terrible. But
Chris Bryant plays with the Rockies?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. They gave him a ton of money, and they're like, this is going to be our guy. After, he led the Cubs to a World Series, they said, this is the guy we're going to anchor everything to.
I thought Chris Bryant was out of the league. I thought he was.
Well, he basically is.
I thought he was on the Anthony Rizzo, like, hey, I'm already just going to retire and chill type of thing.
No, so they gave him, it was 150 plus, wasn't it, Sam?
Well, good for him.
No idea.
It was a lot of money, and they're still
waste
paying
of
him.
all of it.
Yep.
As long as they treat my boy Mike Honcho with respect, that's all I care about.
They do seem to be drafting well. I will say that.
He doesn't look like Jonah Hill at all.
No.
I don't know how they got to that casting, which, Jonah Hill was great in it, and I guess it doesn't matter what Paul DePodesta looks like, but he doesn't look like him at all.
Is that one of those things, though, where they're like, nobody's going to know what that guy looked like?
Well,
anyway.
I didn't know what the guy looked like, so yeah, it worked. I don't know if Brad Pitt looks like Billy Bean, but
a little bit more than
more similar.
Is.
Jonah Hill looks nothing like this guy. Let me see what Billy Bean looks like.
Nothing like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Brad Pitt necessarily, but he, you could kind of make it out a little bit.
At least they're the same size.
Yeah.
I remember I've seen Billy Bean before. At least they're the same body build of.
They kind of had similar hair during the movie too, but
did DePodesta lose a lot of weight? Who knows?
I don't think so.
No,
I think he's been skinny his whole life, and probably. I'm not fat shaming Jonah Hill. I'm just saying, whenever I saw Paul DePodesta, I was expecting a little bit pudgier. He was not pudgy at all.
He looked like he's in pretty good shape.
I love Moneyball.
It's a great movie.
Your goal shouldn't be to buy players; it should be to buy wins.
Have you read the book?
I haven't. I know that the movie is like a gross misrepresentation of the actual A's team.
Well, it's just they never mention that they had a
nasty pitching.
Yeah, four Cy Young worthy
or
guys.
Miguel Tejada, or
They do kind of lie about it a little bit.
Yeah,
kind of like Remember the Titans made you think that they were kind of some scrappy underdogs whenever they actually in real life were beating teams by 50 points every week, and the biggest school in the state of Virginia.
They only had the American League MVP. No big deal. We won't mention that part.
Yeah.
Jason Isringhausen. That's who we'll mention.
Yeah. It was a fun year, though. I remember that A's team. That was cool.
It was awesome.
Poor losers. Got there and lost to the Yankees.
And we got that stupid pass from Derek Jeter to home plate. Now we have to see that every year.
You get there and you realize, actually, just having the most expensive roster, that's actually way cooler. Hey, this whole team concept of winning around the edges, that's cool. You know what else is cool? Let's just throw $200 million at our roster. That's real cool. Sam, that's what my problem is with sports movies. Sometimes it's just the damn inconsistencies. That's why I can never wrap my head around Hoosiers. You ever seen Hoosiers? You like Hoosiers?
Yeah.
They spend the whole movie telling you it's all about team ball. Everybody touches the ball. Oh, all five guys got to touch it. Blah, blah, blah. What happens at the end of the movie?
They lose.
No. Do they lose? I thought they won. They win, don't they?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
No, the end of the movie is the superstar says, give me the ball. And the coach says, all right, Jimmy Chitwood, here's the ball. Everybody give it to Jimmy and get out of the way. They build the whole movie around team basketball, and then it turns into hero. Give it to Kobe and get out of the way.
You don't even like Air Bud?
No, Air Bud's a great movie. Air Bud's about more than sports, though. Air Bud's about life, brother. Air Bud's about trauma.
Perseverance.
I got to say, there's a part of me that feels bad for the clown.
Yeah.
The older I get, that guy didn't have much in his life except his dog Blue.
Didn't you watch Air Bud back a few weeks ago or a month or two ago?
Yes, I did actually.
I'd love to go back and rewatch Air Bud.
Not the whole movie, but just the court scene. Because that's one of the first times the young John Reed was pulled by cinema. You know, that's one of the few times that a heartwarming, like they got you in with the dog playing basketball, Bubba, but they won me over with the courtroom scene where, you know, they're having to sit there and plead for Buddy or Blue. Because I was at a party or something, they were telling me I was wrong, that he didn't have another name. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure his name was Blue. Pretty sure I had a different name. So I had to go back and prove I was right. Then I got sucked into it. But I do feel kind of bad for the clown. He's just a poor man trying to make a living. Now, should he have been beating Blue with the newspaper? No. You know, whenever he's trying to beg for custody of the dog, Bubba, should he pull out the newspaper, which was going to trigger Buddy's trauma? No, that was a bad idea. Also, I kind of got to wonder why Blue/Buddy didn't immediately go to the family that he loved. Like, he sat there and acted torn. Like, it feels like a pretty easy decision. Clown that's poor, that treats you like a slave, or a, cute mom and a boy that plays basketball with you and feeds you pudding. Feels like a pretty easy choice for me. Buddy was sitting there torn, acting like he didn't know which way to go.
He's trying to smell which guy had pudding most recently.
And that one coach beating the hell out of the young boy throwing basketballs at him, that's a pretty dark scene too. You remember that one? The guy can't catch the ball, so the coach goes up there and basically tries like immersive learning where he's just going to, like when your parents caught you smoking cigarettes, so they said, hey, here's a whole carton, smoke them, which always felt backwards to me even as a kid. They did that to my brother, and guess what? He just developed an addiction to nicotine and started smoking cigarettes after that. Backfired. But the guy's dropping the ball, Bubba. So the coach, they go up and they see the coach just throwing balls at him really hard, just hitting him, catch it. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy because that's not even his son. Why is he here so late with him beating him up? They just happen to have a former NBA player as a janitor at school. That never really added up either to me as a kid. They got the big, tall, black guy that's not Morgan Freeman, but kind of has Morgan Freeman vibes, just kind of walking around. But he loves the dog, too. He wants the dog to play basketball.
I mean, well, to be fair, in today's climate, former NBA players could be all around. You just wouldn't know.
Huh?
The G League and stuff?
No, this was like a former good NBA player. Like, he was famous enough that the judge was starstruck when he came in. And he's talking about a shot he made in the NBA Finals, and he just happens to be hanging out at this school kind of as like the custodian / just administrator.
Are you sure you just watched one scene? You remember every detail of this movie.
I've seen this movie many times as a kid. I love it. Man's best friend. Feels like the dog should get to decide who's his best friend, don't you think? And the judge is like, that's a great idea. Let's just let this custody battle decide who the dog. Well, yeah, let's let the dog decide who he wants. Which, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. They kind of lost me when he started playing other sports, though. Basketball, I could kind of get behind.
Yeah.
Football, okay, maybe, but volleyball, soccer, I don't know about it. Shout out to Buddy, though. I could talk way more about this if we need to.
Sounds like you can.
Dog plays basketball. They make him go to practice, and they make him practice without a ball. Make him just pretend they have a basketball. Thought that was so cool as a kid. What a movie. That's cinema there. I cried whenever Buddy chose. That poor clown. That's my dog. I got papers. And then all of a sudden he just rips up the papers. That's like an Always Sunny scene, Bubba, when they were eating contracts. That's basically what Buddy did. Just ate up the contract that said he owned he was owned by the clown. Then all of a sudden they didn't have papers anymore because the dog ate them. Anyways, let's go to break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out? Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad. Today! Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at knoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788. Boy. Classic. Great job by you, Bubba. You're doing a great job over there behind the board. It's like riding a bicycle. You hadn't done it in a little while. I was a little nervous, but hey, you've been just as good as ever, brother. Maybe better than ever.
I'm too afraid to ride my bike. I got no handlebars.
I wasn't good at riding a bike. Isn't that just like a unicycle?
Yeah, I was thinking of the song. That's what I was listening to earlier on the way in here.
What song?
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
What song is that?
Is
that Bicycle?
No.
Is it Queen?
No.
What song is it? What song are you talking about?
I mean,
Ride
I
my
sung
bike
it to
with
you.
no handlebars.
Well, what is it? Who is it?
What's it called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
It's on the radio.
Is it
that good of a
popular?
song if you don't know the name of it?
Is it popular? Like, is it popular like in today's culture? I don't know the
Today's
song.
culture, no.
No.
Like 2006,
Yeah,
probably.
10 years ago, it was cool. Or
I
not even, 20 years.
I don't know it.
It's called
I
Handlebars.
can keep a rhythm with no metronome. No metronome.
Who sings it? I don't know what
The
this is.
Flow Bots?
Yeah.
Who the hell are the Flow Bots?
Okay. Well, this segment's brought to you by my friend Josh Travis over at Foundation Mortgage. If you need to have some advice, if you don't know where to start with the home buying process, give my friend Josh Travis a call. Home buying doesn't have to be stressful. You can have handlebars. And you know what, Bubba, having a good real estate agent helps, but having a good
Mortgage broker helps. They're kind of like the training wheels on the bicycle, Bubba, you know? They help you from tipping over and falling and scraping your knees. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying?
A little bit. It seems like that help a guy new to the house buying market. And
Exactly. Like training wheels, like a guy that's new to riding a bicycle. You get it?
I do.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Now that's an organic live read. How about that? Huh? You don't like it, Bubba? No good?
A thumbs up from me.
Sing that song for me one more time.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars. No handlebars.
I've never heard of this.
No, me neither.
I can keep rhythm with no metronome.
You have to have
What
heard
is
it.
a metronome? What is a metronome? I don't know.
The whole
what that
thing
is.
goes tick, 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 tick.
Okay.
For music people.
For music people, not like the okay.
You got to keep a beat.
Yeah, sure.
I want to stay on 120 beats per minute.
Well, when Sam was doing it, I was thinking of just like the swinging ball.
I was
like,
just doing the
that's
little,
part of it.
It's like a little.
There's like a little switch that goes back and forth. I've seen that too. Is that a metronome?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of like I'm picturing a clock with a cat's tail. Like the clock is a cat, and like every second the cat's tail swings back and forth.
In a way, sure. Roundabout.
So it has to be a musical instrument. It can't just be something that has
No.
like rhythm to it.
No,
to be a metronome.
It is a.
You know what you picturing the cat? His tail
Yeah,
going
I
back
mean,
and
just
forth?
think of like a clock that only has one hand that's moving from 10 to 2.
Yeah. I'm picturing it.
Okay.
I understand what it is. I just didn't know if you could call all those things a metronome if it had to be a specific tool just for music. Anything that had like kind of a steady rhythm, steady beat. That's what I was asking. Is that a metronome? That's all I was getting at.
I think it's more just for the. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, either way, to get started in the home buying process, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com. Great website. Mortgage Broker Josh. Very easy to remember. You can call him at 423-312-9777. That's an easy number to remember, too. 423-312-9777. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC, is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311. That's a legal disclaimer I have to give. Tennessee baseball going to be playing in Knoxville this weekend. Any interest in that? Zach, you're pumping your fist.
I'll be there.
Covenant Park, not Lindsey Nelson. So they're throwing a little bone to Randy Boyd. Hey, we'll go out to Smokies Park. We'll go out here and see what it looks like. We'll get the boys and girls to come out and watch us hit some balls into the. They got water out there. There's like a little water.
They
out
got
there,
like a little.
It's got like a little
like a gorge.
Yeah.
net kind of in that area.
There's
There.
a gorge, right? Like a little gully, a little stream or something out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks
I'm
like
excited.
rain decreases throughout the day, like early morning. So it should be fairly fine. Just maybe a little chilly fall day.
Sure.
I'm excited though.
Yeah.
To see Elander and the boys. I got a busy day on Sunday.
What's your day look like on Sunday?
I'm going to go catch a Tennessee hockey game at 2:00 and then mosey on over to Covenant Health for the Fall Ball Classic.
Tennessee hockey, is it like a important game or are you just going to support the boys?
It is they're playing in South Carolina. So I guess I'm catching up on the whole Tennessee hockey deal because they're like a club sport, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's hockey. I mean, it's right up my alley.
Is it better than like the Ice Bears?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to go dissect.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Probably
Just 'cause
not
No
I don't-
offense to
fighting.
the Ice Bears, but I think it probably is about on par.
Right.
Yeah, well, what I mean, like, I don't think the hockey will probably be anything different or better, but like it's at least, I don't know if they throw a Tennessee jersey on, maybe you care a little more from a neutral observer. That was my thing. Like going to watch the Ice Bears, I'm fine with watching, local stuff, and I kind of understand the city and all that. But like, yeah, you throw that orange on it means a little bit more.
I have seen this guy like on Instagram and TikTok. He does the play-by-play for Tennessee's club hockey, and he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't really take it seriously like a normal announcer does. He just kind of is very loose and like almost, I don't even know if he's vulgar at points or not, but like it's pretty hilarious. Like some of the calls that he makes.
Is he broadcasting just on TikTok, or is there like a website like that you can watch?
That's a good question.
this
I
on?
only see it in like clip
Yeah.
form, but it's just funny to me that it's like club hockey that's obviously not like a super serious sport, but he's just also having a lot of fun.
Is he just going out there and like broadcasting live on Zoom? Like, hey, join this Zoom link if you want to watch the Tennessee club hockey. I mean, all you need is just a little microphone that plugs into your phone. Just go in there and broadcast. I mean, anybody could do it these days. Get some reps, and hey, maybe at least have like a reel to send. Maybe you can get a job, rise the rankings. Who knows? What is there to watch for this weekend for Josh Elander and the boys? I mean, just to see the players just kind of go out there like, hey, here's Henry Ford.
Yeah.
Hey,
pretty much.
Hey, here's Elander. Give him a standing ovation. Hey, here's this new coach from Florida, Chuck. Have we decided on his name yet? Is it Gerolman, or how do we say that? Have we gotten
Gerolman, I believe.
Gerolman, okay.
Yeah, be curious to see how the young boys look. App and Zeller.
Yeah, see the young kids, and just like, how are we, not to like totally dissect this, but like just clean play,
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get clean play in November, and I don't even know if that matters. I'd like to see guys hit a couple tanks. That'd be cool. Like, hey, here's some home run blasts. Like, I think I would rather see good offense in this than good pitching, which maybe that's backwards because, like, maybe you need the pitchers to kind of stay sharp year round. I don't know what you look for, like, kind of in a spring training mentality, because this is kind of close to spring training time, right, for college baseball?
I would say more like a spring game for football.
Okay.
I listened to the More Important Issues boys had Coach Kivett on their show, I think last week, and I was listening to that, and he talked about how, like, the guys take these games very seriously. Like, it's, you split the teams down the middle, obviously, and he said it's like roommates that live with each other that like aren't talking to each other for a couple of weeks because they're getting into like the great game mode and
a little
mindset.
Civil War action. Brothers become enemies.
Is this also
There's
that
no
have
bayonets.
like the dinner on the line as well?
I think so. I think so.
There's a
Okay.
So I think, to me, what I'd want to see, not just like, hey, does pitching dominate? Does offense dominate? Like, I just want to see the guys go out there and kind of have that same competitive spirit that you've always seen throughout that Vitello era. Like, you just want to see that continue on.
Yeah, and baseball, I think, yields itself the best of any sport to that, right? Because in football, you don't want guys going out there and getting hit. And it's almost impossible you can't really do starters versus bench players, and how do you divvy up the offensive line? You got to make some decisions there. And then even then, you don't want to play a real football game of physicality and go out there and scramble your teammates' brains. Basketball, you don't have enough players to have a real
fun game.
Yeah, like a real fun game, unless you're Jimmy Butler and the Timberwolves taking their third stringers against, a young Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins and embarrassing them. You don't really have a deep enough roster. But baseball, you do. You got a handful of pitchers, but you can also split up starters in baseball pretty easily.
Yeah.
And then you just go out there and play a real game. Like,
awesome.
Maybe no, like, get back, dust back pitches, no high and tights, nothing like that. You don't want to hit anybody, but outside of that, just go there and play a real game. So that's cool. That'll be fun. I haven't seen much from the first two games that they did, like in Chattanooga, and where was the other one? Was the one in Nashville?
Got rained out.
Yeah, they
didn't do the one in Nashville. Okay, see, I didn't see nothing from the one coming out of Chattanooga either. Really,
it was pretty high turnout.
Good.
So
good. You already got your tickets? How did this work? How much were tickets?
Mother-in-law bought them. I have no idea.
Shout out to her.
Shout out.
Whole family going?
As far as I know, yeah. It's going to be a family affair, and
okay,
out there and watch the baseball.
Well, you'll have some.
Some nugs.
Yeah, take your notepad out there.
We'll do.
Jot some stuff down for us. I saw Danny White, because I do think like Tennessee has been pretty stern and pretty steadfast about like, hey, we're not really going to do much at Covenant Park. Like Tony Vitello was we want all this stuff happening
in this brand new ballpark that we built you.
Yeah, we want a brand new on-campus ballpark. Like we don't really want to get too much into like, hey, we're going to share a stadium. No, that's not going to happen. We're not going to play any of our games here, but we'll throw you an orange and white game here. That's fine.
It works.
Yeah, get out there, do something with it. That's cool. I got no issue with that. Lindsey Nelson isn't 100% done anyway, so like that's fine too. And they dropped the ball last year. The first game after a national championship would have been a perfect time to unveil the new stadium. They couldn't do that. You played a full season.
after your national championship under construction, which was really gross.
I think it would be fair to say that's probably why we are at Covenant in the first place. Was all the construction going on? Like, would they have, if Lindsey Nelson was a finished product, would they even have gotten this game?
I would say they would. Just because you're going to throw Randy Boyd a couple of bones here and there. A scrimmage is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
Savannah Bananas, another time to do it, whatever. Like, let them do that. But not going to say, that has anything to do with Tony Vitello leaving, but it was gross watching, like, a national championship team, defending champions, have to play under construction. That was really disappointing. Really gross. But otherwise, like, the first time you get in there and play in the new stadium should be a real game. So I'm fine with that being the case. Instead of having them in there this weekend or whatever, go to Covenant Park, do that. Danny White talked about on Twitter of guys online, Sam, which makes you definitely accept the fact that he saw all the hate he was getting after Tony Vitello left.
Yeah.
The guy checks his mentions on Twitter way too much to not seeing all the stuff of people hating him, all the stuff of hiring Elander, because he's replying to multiple things. One about, defending Neyland Stadium's beer prices. I was like, hey, just so you know, like, we give you 24 ounces. That's why ours are more expensive. We give you 24 ounces. These other places, they ain't necessarily doing that. We're taking care of you. Don't worry. That's why we're more expensive. Chill out. But then also replying to people about getting more seats in Neyland Stadium is like, we would love to. We'd love to see that happen.
Really?
That's what he said.
Well, I know that's what he said, but like, you've kind of taken a stance and you've tore a lot of them out of there.
Well, he talked about, being interested in a potential third deck. At one point he had said that, earlier this year. When I was in there, for the Oklahoma game, I don't know how much more room we got to have any extra seats. It pretty. The two seats on the left of me and the two seats on the right of me had chairbacks, which did feel like cages. They feel like walls, up against the two seats I was supposed to be in. Not me and someone else, not just me by myself. I could handle two seats by myself. I'm not that chunky, but it did feel like you were corralled in there. The seat backs were a nice power move by the people that got them. It's a good way to, like, defend your territory.
I hate the seat backs. They make it you don't have as much room to sit.
Yeah, but at least make sure that you're not going to lose your room to sit.
I guess.
Because if you mess around and, like, me and another big old boy had gone there, like, yeah, we'd take up more than our two allotted seats, but the seat backs protect that for you. It at least guards what you're supposed to have.
Guaranteed real estate.
Yeah, it's guaranteed real estate.
I was up in the upper bowl for Arkansas in a seat back, and it was one of the worst sporting event experiences of my life. I was sitting sideways on the road the entire afternoon.
Yeah.
My knees would have just been digging 6 inches into the person's back in front of me.
I think, Sam, that is part of why I became just Big Game John.
Yeah, sure.
It's not comfortable to go to games, and I only want to do it if it's worth it, but also, like, if it's a game that people are mostly going to stand. The big games, people mostly stand. I hate sitting in the bleachers in Neyland Stadium.
We had a miserable experience in Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, I hate it. I do like my baseball seats, though, because they got a nice back there.
You got a whole seat. You got armrest.
Even before they put in the new seats and armrests, I at least had the wall I could lean up on my seats because I was the last seats in my row, so I had a wall I could lean up on, so it was comfortable for me. But yeah, now they got seats in there.
Yeah. Where could you even add seats to Neyland? Talking about a third deck.
It'd be up there above the new, I guess.
I'm not an architect. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's really got any room to go.
I say we put a dome on it and then just have seats at, like, the tip top.
Catwalk seats, basically.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
All 22.
You lay flat, like looking down.
Superman style.
Just put a big glass.
Tennessee's running for a game-winning touchdown. All of a sudden, people start falling out of the sky. 100 feet down from the catwalk onto the field. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Great idea there by you, Bubba.
A catch net.
Let's put a net above the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we go to Bristol and get Colossus and just bring him with us?
What is Colossus? Is that the big mega
That's
board?
the big mega board. Yeah. If you're going to put a dome on it, just go the Cowboys route. Put the big.
I kind of like the idea of, I kind of like Bubba's idea. Let's build a dome. Let's make it glass where you can look in. And, yeah, we put seats at the top of it looking down. Great idea, Bubba. Fantastic. I also like the idea of people falling into nets during the game. That'd be kind of cool.
Like Top Golf, you just get drunk people just stumbling
Yeah.
into nets. Yeah.
Perfect. Maybe that's it. We built some seats hanging off the top with nets on it. Okay. There we go. $103,000. I made you some more money, Danny. There you go. Just nets. That's the key.
And that's a premium experience.
Yeah. Do you ever want to feel like you were bungee jumping while watching football? Here you go. Nailed it. You want to go to Covenant Park this weekend, Bubba? You going to go watch the baseball team?
Kind of got an itch to go. We'll see how it works out. It'll be a pretty busy day for me Saturday, so.
Oh.
Might have to have a recovery day.
Oh, Mr. Popular.
Not really.
Got a lot of stuff he's got to do.
It's just one thing that's going to take all day.
Oh. What are you doing?
Possibly going to a concert.
Oh, nice. Who?
It's a mini festival out in Nashville called Ceremony Fest. It's like a pop punk festival.
You going to dress up?
I will not. I will try.
Ceremony Fest?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look up who's playing there. Send us to break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, I've gone and I listened to your Handlebar song, Bubba, by the Flowbots, because somebody I respect says coming of age in East Tennessee in the early 2000s and not knowing the song Handlebars feels wild. And again, it's somebody whose music taste I respect, so I was like, okay, maybe I missed something here. I got to say, it's one of the worst songs I've ever heard, Bubba, this Handlebar song. And I don't feel like I missed it at all. This came out in, 2006, 2007? That was really like in the peak, I guess, of my like really into rap music, and this is kind of fake rap. I don't know. It's not my style. I don't like it. I still don't like it now in 2025 as I've gotten a little older. I can maybe say that I have heard the song though, because the melody sounds familiar.
Weird Al did a cover of it, I want to say.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that would be where. I don't think that would be where I've heard it from. No Weird Al songs really resonated to me after, like, Eat It. Maybe White and Nerdy. I heard that one enough to where at least I'm aware of that one.
Pretty Fly for a Jedi?
It feels like they just stopped halfway through producing the song.
Pretty Fly for a Jedi. That would have been like early, like it'd been like 2001 though, right? Like 2000, 1999.
I was born in 2000, John. I don't know.
I'm just thinking, because I did used to listen to The Offspring when I was in 4th grade. Like, I used to love the song Pretty Fly for a White Guy. So I was just thinking, maybe that would be around that time. But no, this Handlebar song I think is awful. And I'm glad I don't feel like I missed it. I'm also looking at the billboard or whatever, the marquee for this music festival. Ceremony Fest, which is a weird name.
Again, pop punk, alternative rock.
I don't think I've heard of any of these groups before. Are you going to wear like fishnets to this?
No.
Playboy Bubba.
I'm going to look just the standard white dude with New Balances on.
Now, there are a couple of names that stand out that seem cool. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Beauty School Dropout. They seem kind of cool.
They're kind of a banger.
Yeah, I was going to say, they seem kind of cool.
I discovered them last year, and
It's a good name.
They gained a fan.
It's a fantastic band name.
Because of them, I also write band names on my list every now and then for my ideas.
Oh, okay.
I decide to go into a band.
Can you pull that up for us and give us some of your ideas?
I can.
Maybe there's people listening that are also needing to think of a cool band name, or at least like next year's fantasy football team name. Rain City Drive. I don't like that. West Ghost. Don't really love that. Jutes. Weathers. Girlfriends. Huddy. I kind of like Huddy.
Girlfriends is a banger.
Hey, you guys like Huddy? Yeah, I love Huddy. And then this one I can't really read. South Arcade. I don't know, but Beauty School Dropout's good. Let's hear yours, Bubba. What do you got for us?
What type of genre are we talking about here? So we've got one called Meet Me at the Altar.
Meet Me at the Altar?
I feel like that'd be a pretty good like pop punk kind of band.
Is this like a wedding band? Like, is this like it could be a good, if you're like a wedding singer?
We've got Jump for Joy, Prominence.
Jump for Joy?
Beauty Before Disgrace.
Oh, I like that one. That one's dark.
Yeah.
Beauty Before Disgrace. Is there one called Death Before Dishonor? Put that on the list. Put that one on there too.
Write that down.
Yeah, write that one down.
Honestly, not really.
Is the name of a band?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Honestly, not really. I like that.
We've got Love Letters. We've got Wicked Wally. We've got Growing Pains. We've got Three Blind Mikes as a cover band, but they'll have to be named Mike.
Do they dress up?
Yeah.
I think you should dress up like blind mice.
We've got Down the Hatch, which is also another cover band for like Jimmy Buffett.
I like all of these.
You said it's a cover band for Jimmy Buffett. What's the name of it?
Down the Hatch.
Down the Hatch? Why is that a Jimmy Buffett?
I just think
cover
hatch,
band?
boats, also down the hatch, drinking.
That's what I thought. That was Margaritaville reference.
Yeah. See, in my head, like, what about Batten Down the Hatches as a Jimmy Buffett cover band? Because he's like a pirate.
Oh, maybe I'll write that one down too.
Yeah, write that one down. Because I feel like, Batten Down the Hatches or, because that's at first when I was thinking like Down the Hatch, I was thinking of boats. But Down the Hatch is really like, drinking for me. Which Jimmy Buffett's crowd did do a little drinking, I guess.
What drove you to this in Nashville? Who was on Bubba's top three to go see?
Last year I went to it because my favorite guy's name is Kenny Hoopla. He was last year's headliner.
I've heard you talk about Kenny Hoopla plenty of times.
Love Kenny. And then just kind of like listen to some of the guys, and it's like, I kind of like these guys. So then you check out, who's going to be there? And it's a couple guys I've heard there before. Swaco. I watched him bring a surfboard to a concert, and he just started surfing through the crowd literally on it. And I thought, this guy's pretty funny. So he's headlining.
How many people is going to be at this thing?
At least like 400 plus.
Okay.
1,000, I don't know. It's a
What is
pretty
it
big
called
building.
again?
Ceremony Fest. It's in Cannery Hall in Nashville.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, where?
I don't know where Cannery Hall is.
So you had a good time last year, and you're just gonna run it back.
Do you think they planned this around Tennessee's bye week?
No, those people do not watch.
I was going to
sports
say,
at all.
I don't think that's a Venn diagram that crosses over.
Well, that was my question, but Bubba is a crossover. Bubba probably wouldn't be going to this if it was a big Tennessee. If it was Tennessee Oklahoma week, he wouldn't be going.
I wouldn't be going.
Bubba's alone in the middle.
That's why I'm glad that we have a bye week right now to where I can go to this.
Maybe this is why the Titans had a bye week too. But this is a perfect time to go out to Ceremony Fest. How much are these tickets? If you don't mind me asking, have you bought them yet?
Early on, they were 65, but I think they went up to like 85.
Okay. All right.
So the Titans
Without fees, though.
Titans saw this on the schedule and said, "No, we can't play that weekend."
The NFL said we're going to give the Titans off. We're going to let the Ceremony Fest have. Okay. I like your band names. I think they're really cool.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think a good band name is probably better than actually being good at music for a lot of bands.
I mean, I think it's at least 60% of the battle of just creating a good band.
Getting a fan base for sure.
But like you could make good music and have a bad name and nobody's going to know about you. It draws people in, like the name. And then they're like, okay, let me give this one song to listen to. And then you got to just hope you can hit it from there.
It's like a good YouTube thumbnail.
If you had to pick one, Bubba, what would it be?
Of those guys there or my band name?
No. Yeah, of your band name.
I've probably honestly not really. Because I think there's somebody else named Meet Me at the Altar. Even though I really like that name a lot.
That also could just be like a 90s R&B cover group too that like does a lot of Jagged Edge songs. Like, meet me at the altar in your white dress. I think of like weddings and like, yeah, I don't know if I'd do that for a rock group. Like a cover band that's like performing at weddings, sure, like that'd be a great name.
Do you have a vision, John, in your mind of the people that play for the current band Meet Me at the Altar? Because I've got a picture of it, and it is not what I expected it to be.
Oh, so there is actually a real band, and you looked them up?
Yeah.
That's not what I thought. That looks like a 2020s pop group, a punk group. I'm so fascinated by band names and like what ends up sticking. Because like my favorite band, Blink-182, they were originally just Blink.
That wouldn't have worked.
And had to blink 182 times.
But like there was an Irish group called Blink that said, whoa, we're here first. You got to change your name. So they said they literally just randomly picked 182. But I feel like it's so vital to their success. It's such a cool number.
I'm just on Reddit of
Blink
greatest band names now. The first thing that pops up said, a band opened for us once in the UK, and they were called The Entire Population of China.
The entire population of China is going to be there? Whoa.
Sold out.
Whoa. Free beer. That's a popular one. Okay. All right. Nice to pick your brain there, Bubba. Hope you have a good weekend. Be safe. There's a chance you might meet the love of your life this weekend.
You know, you got to put yourself in that scenario.
Yeah, there's a chance.
We run drills all week. We're just waiting for that in-game experience.
That's exactly right. You're putting yourself out there. You might meet the love of your life. At least somebody that might let you rub their back with those big, strong hands. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at boknowshouses.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house. I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Wake up
Hour 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's talk some news. Not Air Bud, not rock festivals. Give me some sports news. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Not Air Bud, but AB, as he's in custody, ending a 4.5 month search. Who is accused of opening fire at an amateur boxing event back in May.
Wait, they've been looking for him for 4 months?
They've been looking for him for 4 months. A warrant was issued in June for Antonio Brown on an attempted murder charge in connection to a shooting on May 16th in the Little Haiti neighborhood of Miami, where videos appeared to show the former player in a melee where gunshots could be heard. You saw the mugshot of him. He looks like a guy that is struggling. Vontaze Burfict, I feel like, should go to jail for a short amount of time too for just giving him the CTE.
I saw a tweet that was funny. It's like, what if we find out he doesn't have CTE? He's just a jerk.
I saw that.
He's just a psycho. Like he was always this guy. But it was so funny whenever he first busted on the scene. Like he was so soft spoken, and everyone's like, "Oh, what a Steeler! Like he's great, Steelers culture." And then he's just been a maniac the last 10 years of his life. I'm sure you don't really know the answer either, but I know it's not necessarily considered evading arrest and running from the police, but is there an obligation to turn yourself in once you know there's a warrant out? Is he going to get in trouble for not turning himself in for 4 months?
I would imagine he was trying to get away. Or I'm sorry, no, he was arrested in Dubai, this says.
Okay, so he's just been hanging out out of the country?
Taken into custody by U.S. Marshals in Dubai.
Oh, wow.
And then was extradited out of there and is now, he was flown to Jersey, and then he's getting just held there, I guess, until he can get sent to Miami.
I mean, I know that he's got questionable decision-making, but why hang out in Dubai and not hang out in a country that has no extradition to the U.S.? If you're actually out there of the country trying to hide or whatever the hell he's doing, you got to go somewhere where they're not going to send you back. But again, we know he's not got the best decision making.
Another one that just hurts is, we've clearly found out that it's not AB actually running the Twitter account, but that I think that Oklahoma kicker is going to be the last cracker of the day ever, or cracker of the week.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think the Twitter account continues?
I feel like you got it. Like if he goes to jail, I think you got to kind of hang it up, or you just maybe tweet like you're from you're being from tweeting like you're in jail.
I mean, the guy was tweeting while he was on the run from the police. Like, and I don't even know if the mentions ever really pointed it out. Like, I don't know if people are even aware. I got to be honest, I'd kind of forgotten that they'd been looking for him since that May shooting. Like,
sure.
That wasn't on my radar. I don't know. Any interest in this Pluribus show? Did you watch Breaking Bad? Were you a Breaking Bad guy?
Yeah, I've seen Breaking Bad. I've had a couple buddies say like how I think they're gonna watch it tonight.
Watch this new Pluribus show or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The reviews are coming in for it and debuting with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Described as a sci-fi masterpiece with one of the best TV pilot episodes ever.
So it's going to be a TV show.
It's a TV show, yeah. Yeah, I assume the plan is to have multiple seasons of it, not just a one-and-done season, but the reviews for the full season are saying it is elite.
Is it following like the same logic as Breaking Bad, or is it just from the people that made it?
Yeah, it's from the writer and creator Vince Gilligan, and it also follows Rhea Seehorn, who was in Better Call Saul. She played the heart and soul of Better Call Saul. She played Kim Wexler and was awesome in it, and she's like the main character of this, and it's described as an American post-apocalyptic science fiction thriller. Kind of the idea, the tagline is just follows the most miserable person on earth who must save the world from happiness. I don't really understand what the premise is, but it's science fiction and it's drawing rave reviews. And apparently, I guess it's all out now.
Is Better Call Saul basically like the only thing that this Gilligan guy has created since Breaking Bad?
I want to say Vince Gilligan had some the only main thing he's created, but he did some I want to say he did some X-Files episodes and such.
Okay.
But I don't know anything else that's really stood out. Obviously, his magnum opus, his big thing that he's known for, and of course, gets all the credit for is Breaking Bad. But
Sure.
He was an executive producer of some X-Files. He hasn't really done anything since Better Call Saul, but I mean that was a long run. I mean that was 7 years in itself. I mean that was just as long as Breaking Bad was, or longer actually. Breaking Bad was 62 episodes. Better Call Saul was 63. But yeah, now he's back and doing it again with this Pluribus show.
I'll probably tune in.
Yeah,
does it come out on Apple TV?
Yeah, I want to say it's Apple TV. I'm not a huge science fiction guy. But I do really like Rhea Seehorn, and I do like I do respect what Vince Gilligan does. So I'll give it a try.
Drew Brees making a broadcasting comeback as he has been hired by Fox Sports as an NFL analyst. Will be joining them as an analyst on their number 3 game. Expected to work alongside Adam Amin as his play-by-play announcer, who previously called games with Mark Sanchez until he was stabbed and arrested. So I think Fox Sports is probably saying, hey, we're going to cut ties with Mark Sanchez, and we're going to go and get Drew Brees back out of retirement, I guess, as he did a little bit of broadcasting stuff with NBC, doing the Sunday Night Football crew, right? And then was he ever on the call of games, or did he only do?
He did that one really bad playoff game where him and Tirico were terrible.
The
Raiders,
the
Bengals game.
Raiders. Yep,
he was awful in that game. I did like the New York Post putting out that Mark Sanchez is Fox future in doubt after the Drew Brees hire, and then everyone's like, yeah, that and the stabbing, mostly the stabbing and the drugs and whatever the hell he was doing to get stabbed. But yeah, that will be A big question for his future at Fox. Drew Brees and the stabbing, for sure.
I feel like Brees should be good for how knowledgeable he is about the game and everything.
Yeah, I think people underestimate how easy it is to entertain and to put a live mic in front of people. Sam, we're very, very talented. Everyone thinks they could do what we do, but people underestimate how tough it is to actually get on here and have to do it. And also, you've always heard just super intelligent people aren't always the best at teaching. Like Magic Johnson, great basketball player, couldn't coach.
Yep.
Michael Jordan, great basketball mind, couldn't put teams together, couldn't run teams. Just because you're really knowledgeable and good at something doesn't mean you're going to be good at another thing that's kind of loosely related to it.
Sure.
Brady wasn't great. Brady's still not great. I don't know if Peyton Manning would be good or not. I think he would be, but I think there's a reason he also hasn't gotten in the booth. He wants to be in control and do his own thing and hang out with his brother.
I would prefer Peyton to stay in the booth with Eli.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I don't even think Peyton has considered doing the other stuff. I think he likes running and being his own boss and doing that 100%. Romo, pretty solid. Troy Aikman, it took him a while to get good. Now Troy Aikman's great, I think. So maybe Drew Brees could get better. Maybe it was just he was too closely removed from the game to be able to go in there and actually give opinions or to be charming or whatever. Maybe he has to study it and learn to fail and come back and do it again.
It's just like quarterback development,
That and
we see the Sam Darnold of broadcasters.
That and also we see it with coaches too. Sometimes you fail in your first job and you take some time off, you come back, you get a second crack at it, and you know what you're supposed to do better, and you get better at it. Experience matters. Drew Brees, I'm sure he got better as he went on and got more reps as a player. I think it'd be the same thing there. So I'm not ready to write him off. I just don't find him to be very charismatic.
Fun college football home and home announced. Notre Dame and Auburn have scheduled a home and home series for the 2027 and 2028 seasons.
Interesting.
This is the school's first meeting ever. And now the list of Power 4 teams that Notre Dame has never played will shrink to just 5 teams. Texas Tech, Kansas State, UCF, Mississippi State, and Kentucky are those teams that Notre Dame has never played. Yeah.
Is there some place to find the list of this? What's the list for Tennessee?
Good question.
Do we know if Notre Dame saying they've only, they haven't played, would you say 4 schools, 5 schools?
Yeah.
Is that low? Is that one of the leaders in the country?
I would guess so, right?
Yeah, because they get to schedule more people. They get to, especially in the past, because kind of schedule whoever. Now they kind of have that loose, Big Ten, ACC affiliation. But I'd be interested to know, what the list of teams Tennessee's never played is and how many schools are on there.
Yeah, so, this article was last year. It sounds like Tennessee hasn't played 29 other FBS teams.
29?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've been playing football for 120 years now.
And who did we play? Syracuse, we'd already played them, so we wouldn't have knocked them off the list.
Trying to see if the 29 teams are listed that we haven't played.
Isn't that all for Tennessee article? Is that what you saw, Sam?
Yeah.
So they list them out, I guess, but there's not really any prevalent. I guess the biggest one on here would be Michigan State. We have never played Michigan State.
We get to knock one off our list this year.
Yeah.
New Mexico State.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And Washington is on this list too, but we have that home and home.
Okay.
Arizona and Arizona State, it seems like. Stanford.
All right. So no big schools.
No.
It is pretty wild how many people that Notre Dame has played, though. That was jarring to me when I saw that.
I questioned the credibility of, this was last year, but Kent State is on this list, but we played Kent State. So I don't know if they wrote it before.
We played Kent State last year. So
technically played them, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But
so, look, we'll just call it 27, 26, 25 teams. So, yeah, I guess Notre Dame only being down to, what did you say, 5? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I think you'll start to see maybe some more teams scheduling these type of games with Notre Dame too, and you kind of get into the new 9-game conference schedule where you've got to play an opponent like outside in the Power 4, outside of your conference type of thing. I'm sure Notre Dame will probably be a popular spot for some people to look at.
I feel like if I'm Greg Sankey, I feel like I'm putting the hit out. Like, hey, they want to set themselves up to be
come to the SEC.
Yeah, like they want to set themselves up to be, always in the playoff. We'll take care of it ourselves. The best way to get Notre Dame out of the playoff is just to give them an extra loss every year. All right, boys, go get them. Although, hell, with an 18 or 16 or 20 or 2014 playoff, like they'll always be in there.
Well, and they're going to be playing an Auburn team that's probably pretty bad, I'd say.
Yeah, it's actually like them getting to prop it up, which they got to play Arkansas this year. I was like, this is easy. This is great.
Yeah.
But they also played Texas A&M and lost that one.
SEC.
I think Tennessee, I think Danny White. Somebody start tweeting at Danny to fix this. Let's start mowing through some teams. Let's knock off all these teams on our list. Michigan State, your ass is grass, and I just gassed up the lawnmower.
Boise State's on the list. You have any interest in going to the Blue Turf?
No, they can come play us, though.
That's what I thought.
Come to Knoxville.
Yeah.
Boise State.
We'll do a home and home at Neyland and Neyland.
Boise randomly went to Georgia Southern last year.
Bring them on here instead. Hey, Stanford, get ready. Andrew Luck's going to retire again after what we do to you. Bring it on. Let's go, Danny. Make it happen. Somebody tweet him. Make sure he's aware of this. Any other headlines, Samuel?
Yeah, this one was interesting to me. The NCAA is going to implement player availability reports for 2026 March Madness in an effort to address the pressures of sports betting on student athletes.
So for March Madness, like for the tournament, you just got to say whether or not the players are questionable or if they're out or whatever?
Yeah. So availability reports before games will be a requirement to... I don't know.
I hate how secretive everybody is, man. Like, the Titans don't get any credit, and I know it's not exactly the same thing, but like it was so refreshing just to hear the GM of the Titans get up there and just actually talk like a human and just not treat everything like it's like some big secret war. You're not war generals that can't reveal your plans. Like, hey, we didn't think our culture was good enough for Jarvis Brownlee. Like, he's a good player, but our culture is not good enough. We don't have any leaders in our locker room right now, and we don't think he should be here right now because he's a guy that maybe can't handle not having structure. We can't develop players right now because we have a terrible culture. That's why we trade him. And I'm listening to him like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Hey, another guy, he played his way into being traded. We're not going to bring him back. We thought we might as well get something for it. Yep, makes sense. Wow, you're treating us like humans. If Josh Heupel is just open, like, hey, Jemai McCoy, let's be honest, guys, he's got an NFL future to worry about. And right now, he's probably not going to play because we're not competing for an actual national championship. He was kind of championship or bust, and we don't hold him. We don't blame him for that. Would make life on Jemai McCoy a lot easier. Would make life on Josh Heupel a lot easier getting asked every week about it. Again, we're not in war here. It's just sports. It's just football. So, yeah, at least tell us, like, you know what? So-and-so rolled his ankle. Yeah, he's probably not going to be ready to play until the second round if we make it. Or the second weekend if we make it. That'd be refreshing. That'd be cool. Apparently, Tennessee coaches are scrambling a little bit and headed out to Texas today. According to VolQuest, Kelsey Pope and Josh Heupel headed to Texas to see if they can swing the momentum back in their favor with commitment legend Bay. It's a bye week. Tennessee's recruiting. No rest for Josh Heupel as he heads out to Texas to try to keep a recruit away from Ohio State, which that's kind of all you need to tell me is if Ohio State's pressing him, he's a guy you probably want to keep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any type of four-star, okay, you look at the star ranking, okay, not great, but like, oh, wait, Ohio State wants him? Yeah, we should probably try to keep him. The guy's probably a stud.
Just playmaker. So,
yeah, like it's a recruiting weekend for everybody. And I guess that's the big the big name. Osunda, is that his name?
Osinda.
Osinda.
Yeah, the Baylor kid.
Yeah, he said he's shutting down his recruitment. Says, hey, I'm good. Tennessee's where I'm going to be. Don't waste your time any more schools. It's a push right now, and there's a little bit of blood in the water in Knoxville. Not a lot, but there are at least a little cracks in the foundation. Would you agree? Season not going great. At least like you check in with people and say, hey, look at all these articles, man. Fire Josh Heupel. This is crazy, huh?
When it comes to like recruiting and like an Ohio State coming after him, I'm sure they're probably like, I'm sure they kind of smell some blood in the water, maybe, where it's like, hey, we've won a national title. Things are looking really good for us right now. How about we just continue things on?
It's also, we're Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it really cool? Don't you want to like come somewhere and not ever lose? Except maybe to Michigan. But like, hey, we're going to win another national championship. We wouldn't lose at home to Oklahoma. Ugh. Gross.
Except they did.
Zach's got some pick'ems for us to do after the break. Is this college football, Zach, or NFL?
It can be both if you want it.
I mean, it's your barbecue, man. You do what you got to do with it. It's your idea, your segment. So I'll let you handle it. We'll do a little pick'em coming up after the break. We'll look at the weekend slate. Got some NFL to talk about. Last hour, going to be a good one. What's left of it, at least. Stick with us.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Knoxville, get ready. The Big Sports Show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget, all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at BigSportsShow.com. That's BigSportsShow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
I mean, this is awful. It's gross, Bubba. I don't like it at all. And I think I've heard the melody before, but I don't know. Not a fan. When you hear that now, do you still like it, or is it just like nostalgia for you?
You listened to it this morning.
Yeah, I like the song.
Oh, okay. You ain't got the best taste in music, but is this real? Okay, never mind. All right, Zach, what do you got for us?
All right, gentlemen. So, college football slate this weekend, pretty bad. The NFL slate this weekend, pretty bad.
Is that true? Is the NFL weekend slate again? Because I feel like I've said that 3 straight weeks. And look, I got to be honest, all 3 weeks that I think I said that, I think it did all suck. Like, I don't think the games were even any good when they actually played on Sundays either. Falcons, Colts. See, I kind of like Falcons, Colts. Oh, it's in Berlin.
Yeah.
9:30.
Nope.
Oh, I want to watch that game. And I mean, at least it's going to be a standalone. Man, the Falcons suck. They need to win.
Oh, my God.
Sauce Gardner said he ran around and celebrating after he got traded from the Jets, which...
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially like to a team that maybe can compete, but it would just suck to be a Jets fan and hear that. Sucks for my fantasy team. Him going up against Drake London. Giants, Bears, kind of gross. Bills, Dolphins, kind of gross. Ravens, Vikings, okay, that's all right. Browns, Jets, gross. But the good news about Browns, Jets, Sam, is that they're playing each other, which means they're not playing other teams. So, like, if we can just keep the bad teams separated and keep them over on their own little thing, doing their own little thing, then that's good. Like,
should we just create like a league of the Titans, Jets, Browns, Raiders?
I mean, so what Dabo, I don't know if you saw
Dolphins.
Dabo talked about that. He had a big press conference where he's kind of, woe is me, which I do think he makes some good points, which is always funny when Dabo's ranting and he actually like makes points and makes good sense. But he's like, it's all playoff or bust, blah, blah, blah. What happened to the sport and just the pageantry and hanging out with your friends and enjoying some rivalries? It's like, hell, now it's all about the playoffs. Expand. He said maybe we just need 2 leagues and have relegation and promotion, which I know they're not going to do, but would be really cool. I don't think American sports will ever do it. American professional leagues will ever do it. There's too much money to be made and lost. But I do think college has the chance of doing that.
It would intrigue me, to be quite honest with you.
Like, hey, here's 50 or 48 teams, whatever he said, have a chance. There's 24 playoff spots. The top half can go to it. But if you're finished in the bottom fourth of it, you get relegated. You go to the bottom. You got this other league with the Memphises and South Floridas of the world and bad Power 5 teams, and they get promoted. That would be interesting. I think that'd be great for college sports. I don't think it's going to happen. But, yeah, I used to love in the SEC on weekends, Sam, where like Kentucky and South Carolina or Kentucky and Vanderbilt played each other because it kept them away from playing the good teams. That's what I think about when I see Browns, Jets. Also, go Jets. Jets. We need a big win. Let's go Jets. Beat the Browns. Let's build that draft position for you. Let's go. Patriots, Bucks. That's a good one. We got somebody in the office going to that game.
Yeah, we do.
Trevor's going to be in the house for Baker Mayfield versus Drake May. 2 top 10 quarterbacks, 2 top 6 MVP candidates. Whoever wins this game is going to be in some pretty good position to at least be in like the top 3 conversation for the rest of the year. Saints, Panthers is kind of gross. Saints just suck, man. Would you trade positions with the Saints with the Titans if you could? Because I look at the Saints, I look at the Jets as at least 2 programs that have it worse than the Titans do.
Yeah, I think I would take the Titans over the Saints.
All right, good. That's what I try to think. Every time I kept seeing the bottom team list this year, I was like, we're going to be better than the Saints, which isn't exactly true. But I think our franchise has more hope than theirs.
Yeah.
Although the Jets got all those extra first round picks now, Sam. Would you rather be the Jets or the Titans?
The Jets, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Jags, Texans, Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams, 49ers. That's a big one. Lions, Commies ain't no good. Steelers, Chargers is a Sunday night game. Eagles, Packers. I give this NFL weekend a 7 out of 10, though. 6.7 out of 10. 3 booms, maybe. So it's not terrible, Zach. Especially compared to the last couple weeks.
Well, let's get into it then.
What you got? What do you want us to pick? What's happening here?
We'll start at the college ranks. BYU heads to Lubbock. Sam, I'll start with you.
Straight up against the spread? What are we?
Straight up. None of this college game day spread crap.
Straight up, Texas Tech is going to absolutely wipe the floor with BYU here, I think.
I mean, that would imply a cover too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're 9.5, 10-point favorites. I mean, Texas Tech should
11.5 now.
11.5 now. So yeah, people are just riding Texas Tech. I think everyone's circling and saying this BYU team is fraudulent, but they keep winning.
Yep.
But yeah, they should lose. They should lose this one big. I'll take Texas Tech as well. Guns up. Pow, 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 pow. Is it the first time they have game day since the Michael Crabtree game? Is that what I saw?
I don't know that, but that's cool.
They have game day, right, this week?
Yeah.
They should. It's 7 versus 8.
Yeah, it's the first time they've had game day since was it the 08 or 09 Texas?
Interesting.
Texas Tech game. Was that 08 or 09? I
think 08, I want to say.
See, I was going to say 09.
Ross Dellinger has a great article just on like the Texas Tech rise too, and kind of a little backstory. I mean, we obviously all know the story.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the backstory? Money?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of how it all came to fruition. Like basically all it took was just like this guy calling a meeting at some really high level country club over there and was just like, hey, what if we just pulled all our money together, guys? And they're like, okay, cool. We've got $49 million in like one afternoon raised, basically.
There's a lot of oil money down there, man.
Are these people
Cody Campbell's got an awesome life?
Are these people reaping the benefits of it?
Like the boosters?
Yeah, like
hell yeah,
they are.
Yeah,
how so?
Because they don't need.
Well, I know they don't need money. I understand that, but like, are they actually like getting something out of it?
I mean, I'd imagine they're having a lot of fun so far this year.
And maybe that's just the key to life, man.
If it fails, they're just going to be like, we put together a good effort. I've got another $50 million in the back pocket that I can go throw at it next year, and we'll make it even better.
Well, because I mean, like it does feel like you are a team owner.
Yeah,
like you don't get necessarily the credit though, because you said all these boosters, right? We only know the one though that gets all the credit, right? Isn't there just the one guy? Is it Cody Brown?
Cody Campbell.
Cody Campbell that used to play there, not Cody Brown, our insurance guy.
But insurance, yeah.
RB's family, but okay. But yeah, Cody, he gets all the credit, right? He gets all the headlines, but there's like 7 or 8 other guys helping him. Are they getting to at least walk around Lubbock as like big swinging, you know what's, and get like the red carpet rolled out for them? Because I don't ever see the rest of the country give them their flowers.
I would imagine.
Kind of like it's not dissimilar from like at Tennessee, like, you know, a decade ago is all Haslam. You get your Thunder Thornton every now and then. Like, yeah, your Charlie Ergen's name started popping up, but like those guys didn't necessarily get the love and admiration and fame that maybe you get as a team owner.
I just think what's cool is they're just throwing so much money at it, and they're just making it literally an all-Texas team. Like they talked about how many of their top players are Texas talent too.
Oh, really?
Team's top passer, their 2 top rushers, 3 of their top 4 receivers, 3 of the 5 starting offensive linemen, and 4 of their top 5 tacklers are all players from Texas.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do like that.
And they just got them to like transfer back into Texas from other schools last year, basically.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And if they win, like, it's cool. I hope that they're gamblers and making some money, like against the spread. And like, hey, listen here, boys. Yeah. I know we told you it's just about winning, but I just want you to know this NIL stuff can dry up if you don't win by at least 17 this weekend. You beat the hell out of Rice, okay? You take care of business. BYU, yeah, win. That's cool. Win by at least 14, please. We'll take care of you. All right? I bet their group chat's cool.
Yeah.
I bet the group chat is really cool. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to be really rich and just doing stuff like this. It's like a real life fantasy league, except it's for your team. It's like you and 10 buddies are just managing your fantasy team together. High stakes.
They just have so much money.
Man's got to have a hobby.
If I was him, I would start picking other schools to just back financially.
No. We got to win
the little guys.
We got to win championship first, brother.
They're picking other sports. They're just
I'm going
softball.
I'm going to the smallest school in Texas and saying how much you want. You know, how competitive can you get with $25 million?
Imagine,
Texas A&M corporate.
Will you hire me to be the head coach? Can I be the head coach? That's basically what that was. At Coastal Carolina, is that how that started out? Like their football program, wasn't there just like a rich booster that basically bought his way to being the head coach? Am I wrong on that?
I've never heard that, but I hope it's true.
I thought that was the case. Let me see. Coastal Carolina football coach, rich. But like, let's see here. American businessman. I want to say this is what he is. Let's see here. Coastal Carolina is a former businessman during his tenure. Yeah, I want to say he just got really, really rich. And then it's like, you know what? I'm going to quit doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to start this program back up. He started coaching the Omaha Nighthawks, stepped down as the CEO of a company. Yeah, and then was like, you know what? I'm just going to go coach football now. Maybe he had some different credentials, though. Like he at least had been an assistant way back in the day. And like, yeah, I had coached at Dartmouth as a defensive coordinator in 1983. And it was like just a volunteer assistant in Nebraska in 2009 because he was rich. Like, yeah, I just went back in the game. But anyways, that would be cool. Maybe you just take a small school. I know I said Rice, but let's just say Rice hypothetically and say, hey, how about we give you $20 million in your NIL fund and you're just going to be our feeder system? How about you develop all these players and then send them to Texas Tech whenever they're like juniors? We ain't really got the time to go out here and develop these 3 stars. But how about we just treat you as a feeder system? Like, there could be some value to that. Like, I don't know if it's feasible, but like if Tennessee could, this guy's not really ready to get to play here, but hey, as a freshman, why don't you go play at ETSU for a little bit? See how you develop. You can come as a junior.
He has the ability to just play real life NCAA dynasty mode.
Yeah.
He can go say, Texas State, how much money do you want?
Yeah. And you build those relationships, and then you have if you do have some good players, if you buy a couple good, like I said, some good 3 stars that could win there at that level, and then maybe they get better. You just send them up, bring them to Texas Tech. But yeah, give me Texas Tech, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon goes to Iowa City this weekend. 43 degrees kickoff. Is there any chance of a Hawkeye upset?
Oh, yeah, there's a chance. Touchdown. I think it's just a touchdown spread. So, I mean, Iowa's got a puncher's chance for sure. It feels like the game Dan Lanning wins. It feels like the game they dominate. But we also don't know if they're any good.
Yeah.
The hype around Dante Moore's died down a lot, right? Like, yes. I mean, I feel like Indiana kind of exposed him a bit. Not saying he's still not a good quarterback. Not saying he's still like, if you're Oregon, it's probably good because he went from like potential like top 5 pick to probably coming back to school next year. So that's a win.
You only put up 21 points against Wisconsin.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how good they are.
You were like a 30-something point favorite, and you only put up 21 total.
Now, with that being said, I imagine the boys are going to be much more up for a trip to Iowa against a ranked team than against a terrible Wisconsin team.
Did they go to Wisconsin?
No, it was at home.
That's even worse.
That was the Grateful Ducks jerseys.
I'll pick Oregon to win, but I don't say it with a lot of
confidence.
Yeah, with a lot of oomph.
If this was a night game at Iowa, I'd feel a little bit better about picking them.
They don't get to play night games at Iowa. The kids can't stay up that late.
I was going to say, yeah.
They got to wave. They got to do the wave.
All the cancer patients are asleep.
They can't make them stay up that late, Sam. They got to play their games at noon and 3:30.
I feel like we've had plenty of Iowa night games.
I beg to differ.
Had plenty of Iowa snoozers, though.
It's true. It does put people to sleep. But not this year. They got a little bit more offense this year.
I'll take Oregon, though.
I've not kept up with Mark Gronowski at all.
They've got a little bit more offense. The bar was very low, Bubba. Like, don't get me wrong. The bar was very low, but they got more offense. I think Iowa might be good. I kind of want to pick Iowa, but I can't bring myself to do it. But
that Gronowski guy's got to be on the top of the world. Like, it's such an easy school to – the bar is so low for a quarterback. He's just getting talked about like he's like the next coming of Christ, and he hasn't even passed for 1,000 yards this season.
Well,
he's
no,
thrown
but like
for 4 touchdowns. He runs, and they're like, this is the best quarterback we've ever had. And he's just a running back, basically.
Well, it was funny because William does, his separate podcast, the Patafax, and like he has, his Instagram account, and will post clips and stuff, and he posted just like a 10-yard out that like the quarterback hit in like fall camp, like rolling to the right and just threw. It was a pretty good pass, but it was like a 10-yard just like roll out, like pretty simple stuff that like high schoolers in Tennessee should be able to do. And it was just like, Iowa's got a real quarterback now, and it blew up with Iowa fans like freaking out, like, yes, finally we got a quarterback who can complete a pass. But like you said, a 50.5 QBR, 97th in the country, a 4-touchdown, 4-interception ratio, but it does feel like he's actually like the best quarterback they've had in a long, long, long time. And he still kind of sucks. He still stinks. It's funny because I'm doing the same thing. I watched like them play Rutgers that night. It was like a Friday night. I watched them play Rutgers. And I bet on Iowa and won. Thanks, Greg Schiano. But I remember feeling like Gronowski's pretty good, this guy. Now I'm looking at his stats. It was 12 for 18, 186 yards, and no touchdowns.
I would imagine that's probably one of his best outings of the year.
Well, he did have 13 rushes for 55 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he did do some stuff on the ground. But like passing wise, like, oh wait, it feels nice to actually be backing Iowa with a.
That was the most yards he passed for all season.
Yeah, okay, so he just sucks. Never mind. Oregon's going to win.
Okay.
Oregon's probably going to kill him, actually.
Yeah, I think Oregon's going to win. This is a game, too, where it's like Dan Lanning says he challenges his guys where it's like, man, you scored 21 against Wisconsin. Now people
they're doubting you.
They got you at number 9, even though you're a one-loss team. They don't believe in you. The college football playoff doesn't think you're a good team, all this stuff, and they're just going to go and wallop Iowa.
It's a possible resume win, too. Like, even though like Iowa might not be good, you could say it's a top 20 road win. Guy has ran for 11 touchdowns, though. I'll give him credit there.
Yeah, for sure.
4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions passing, but 11 touchdowns on the ground. Mark Gronowski.
To Columbia, Missouri, Texas A&M, Missouri. We talked about that being a potential trap game. Any legs there for Eli?
It's hard to win on the road, man. It's hard to win on the road. So, yeah, like there's some legs to it. And I think all in the back of our mind, we keep waiting for like A&M to stumble and Marcel Reed to kind of expose himself as not being that good and Texas A&M to look like just, the same old Texas A&M 8-4 type of team. But they keep winning. I don't feel like Columbia, Missouri is a tough place to win, like all things considered. Like when you're just grading it on like a top 25 road matchup, like Missouri is one of the best you could go to, right, in terms of getting an actual win.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 62 at kickoff, so you're not going to get that cold like Missouri.
Well, I also feel like A&M's having that type of season where their road games are events.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like A&M's bringing 10,000 people wherever they go, at least, because they're having like a miracle like season that you like have been waiting your whole life for if you're a Texas A&M fan. So I don't know what level of excitement Missouri still has. Quarterback's gone. They've been exposed a little bit. They're alive for the playoff, but not really. So I would expect 10 to 15,000 A&M fans.
Sam?
I pick A&M.
Yeah, I'd pick A&M too. I wouldn't, going like spread wise, I wouldn't hate taking Missouri at kind of just more than that touchdown favorite type of thing. But yeah, I just think this A&M team is way too good right now, and you're putting too much weight on a true freshman's quarterback plate. I just think this is a game where you stop Ahmad Hardy in that run first kind of approach that they're going to be having, and I feel like it's just going to be maybe one that's closer for a little bit longer than you kind of expected, but ultimately A&M's able to pull away.
See, I disagree in terms of it being close. I think A&M's defense gets credit, right, for being really, really good at forcing 3rd and longs, and they're also really good at stopping 3rd and longs. And I feel like for a young freshman quarterback, that feels like a recipe for disaster. A&M's been good at keeping teams behind the sticks and then also getting off the field. I think you don't want your freshman quarterback in 3rd and longs. I think there'll be in a lot of 3rd and longs. So I kind of see A&M winning this one somewhat comfortably.
Okay. To the Shield in Tampa, Florida. Stormy weather, expensive tickets as low as $224. Patriots, Buccaneers.
expensive tickets. I didn't know my man Trevor had it like that, where he's just going just on a whim to drop that kind of cash to watch a team he doesn't even care about. But
I thought he was a Bucks fan.
No, I don't think so. He might be. I don't know. I never see any Buck stuff with him. I see the Mississippi State stuff all the time. I don't ever see the
Did
Bucks
he live
stuff.
down there for a while?
He did live down there for a while, yeah, but I've never heard him talk about the Bucks.
Okay.
But he did live down there for a while. But he's going just to see his buddies that he used to live around, and it was like, hey, we always go to. Hey, he says they always go to a Bucks game every year, so you might be right. They might be Bucks fans. I just never seen any Pirate stuff in his office. He's got Klanga. He's got Mississippi State stuff everywhere. Bucky Irving going to be back, or am I cooked? I really need him for fantasy, and I saw that he missed practice on Wednesday, and that's usually not a good sign. Is Bucky Irving going to be back?
I'm looking.
I need to know. Not so much for my game pick, but more so for my happiness. I need him back. Please, Bucky, return. Patriots are a tank, man.
Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin, and Hassan Reddick still need more time, according to this ESPN.
Oh, my God. Does that mean he's not playing?
That would mean he's not playing.
Oh, my God. My fantasy team, Sam. This is why I don't
New England has one of the top run defenses in the league, if not the top. So
yeah, I'd still rather Bucky try to run against it than Rashad White. Oh, God. But again, it's more about my fantasy team. They throw the ball to Bucky, too. And really, I ain't got no running backs now, Bubba. You know how it feels. You've been going through all this whole season with no running backs. Who you got, Sam, real quick? Patriots or Bucks?
I feel like the Bucks. I feel like the Patriots kind of magic. I mean, I think they're a sustainable team somewhat, but are they just going to go run the table in all these games?
Yeah.
Kind of don't think so.
They're kind of similar teams to me, like the Bucks and Patriots. Not their makeup, really, but just they're there kind of on the edge of being contenders, but I don't actually take them serious as contenders. But whoever wins this is going to have a big feather in the cap. It'll be a win over a 2-loss team, which is a big deal, but when you get to November. Last call on the other side. We'll wrap up this week. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Merritt Garage Doors and Services has been serving the East Tennessee community since 1963. At Merritt, quite simply, the customer comes first. Their door specialists will not try to needlessly upsell you because they are not commission-based like other places. This allows them to focus on your needs and not their pockets. They offer a range of beautiful garage doors in a variety of styles to suit the architecture of your home, and they will supply and install a wide range of garage door openers and accessories to take your garage door to the next level. To request a quote or schedule a service repair call, visit merrittgaragedoor.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Last call here on the program. All right, so you're going to Charlotte. Zach's hanging around, going to watch the Vols baseball and Vols hockey. Bubba's going to put his fishnets on and go look for the love of his life. I'll scream. Is it screamo music? Will there be some screamo stuff to it?
I feel like at least one of those bands might be yelling a little bit more than I'd prefer.
Okay. What does pop punk mean? Like, give me some bands from the past. Like, is Blink-182 like pop punk? I mean, I know
I consider it basically.
Yeah, but I know they got like way too popular, like to be like real punk, to be like in this underground place, but like that type of music.
I think my problem is I categorize them all the same. So it's like pop punk, alternative rock, or all kind of. Even though alternative rock's a little bit different, we're talking like 30 Seconds to Mars.
Everything has fallen to pieces. Yeah. Earth is dying. Help! I kind of wish I was in a band. That'd have been cool. I got a race to do tonight at 11 o'clock. That's my weekend. I'm doing a 5K tonight, Bubba.
What time did you say?
11 p.m. is what time it starts at Dollywood.
What if you win?
I can assure you I'm not going to win.
Bite down on your mouthpiece and just run faster than everybody.
I can assure you I am not going to win. I was worried for a bit about finishing in last because at first it was sold to me as like you can't walk at all in it.
Really?
Which I don't plan on walking, but like the fact it was sold to me as you can't walk.
You don't have the option to, even if you'd like to.
Yeah, made me think it might be like a serious one where it's just like runners, and I am not a runner, obviously. And when I went to go start training, I hurt my foot twice on 2 separate incidents. So like I didn't really get to do much training. So like at this point, it's just about finishing. 5K is what, 3.1 miles? Like my goal, I'm not going to go out there and really push it, but my goal is a very easy one, or at least a very realistic, attainable one. Like I'm just trying to beat 45 minutes, which I think, I should be able to do that. You can even walk a little bit and break 15-minute miles. So like that's my very bottom rung goal.
You really took those comments about that walk yesterday personally.
I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to get my 50 miles a day in. I'm going to work my way up to it. I would like to do that for one day though, just to see what it's like.
Walk 50 miles?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's stopping you this weekend. You could go do it Sunday if you want to.
Well, I'll be recovering from my race. So that's stopping me.
I think that should be our fantasy punishment.
Walk 50 miles?
Walk 24 hours.
Oh.
Just nonstop?
Yeah. Or if you have to stop and use the bathroom, that's when you pause the time.
Yeah, see, I think that's a little unsafe, 24 hours. But what about, can we get a walking mat?
If you feel safer about it,
Yeah.
Instead of being attacked by, cougars and panthers out there.
Yeah.
Maybe walk for the duration of the shows, like on the station for the day.
Maybe just walk a marathon in a day.
8 to 6.
Walk for 13 hours.
I mean, that would basically be, that'd be about a marathon.
Yeah.
Maybe at 3 miles an hour. I mean, you could knock out a marathon in 2 miles an hour. You can knock out a marathon in 12 hours, 13 hours. Probably interesting. But that's what I'll be doing this weekend. I'll be running a race tonight at Dollywood.
What's the allure of 11 p.m.? Is it
Brother,
just
I
like the
don't.
lights?
Brother, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. This was not my plan, but I assume, Dollywood's all done up,
Sure.
lights,
Yeah,
Christmas stuff. I assume that's the allure.
Well, they're going to give you tickets afterwards to redeem.
If you
The park will be closed. It'll be midnight 30. I don't think they'll let us ride rides that late, Bubba.
Just go run a 5K and hop on the Screaming Eagle afterwards.
I did get to do that at either Universal Studios or Disney World, though. I don't remember. We did some overnight thing there one night. That was kind of cool. Riding the water rides at midnight. That was kind of cool.
Almost feels a little unsafe. Is it going to be? I mean,
I
you
assume
said under the lights, but is it going to be well lit?
I assume it's going to be lit up. I don't know, brother. I don't know nothing about it. I know they said it's going to run somewhat around the trolley path, and I know I have to be there by 9 p.m. to check in. That's all I know.
I hope you have a great time.
And I know I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. 6:30 this morning. And it's going to be a long day. And I know that I ain't really ran 3 miles consecutively in a couple of years, which is kind of sad but true. I am nervous about my body holding up, though. I'm getting old.
I would
old,
be
man.
too, personally, just myself.
Yeah.
I am not I hate running.
I've ran 3 miles at a time plenty of times. When I say plenty, I 10 times, 11 times in my life, something like that. Nothing crazy. I can't do it. It's just, it's been a while. been at least like 3 years. God, I hope I at least don't finish last.
I know. Like, competitively, I think you've got to at least finish second to last.
Yeah, I got to make sure I'm not bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
I think there'll be some people start walking that are just there to watch the lights.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, does that even count? Can I count them? Then I have to stop and walk too, right? I can't be the person that like tries to jog the whole thing and finishes last while walkers finish behind me. Like I got to make the decision and just become a walker at some point. I got to strategically map this
That
out.
would be just demoralizing.
Yeah.
You're in like your slow jog at the end. You're huffing and puffing at the end of mile 3, and there's someone who just walks past you.
Yeah. That is on the table. That'll do it for us. Good job this week, boys. Appreciate you. We will talk to you on Monday. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.